PBA Phoenix on tour from Legazpi, Albay ang bakbakang TNT at Barako sa PBA Sabado nights. This is Charlie Cuna together with Dominic Uy as we see naghahanda na ang ating mga players, the Thurs and the Barako Bull Energy Colas. Evan Brock is there, handang-handa na makipagbakbakan against the other team. He's got a big role to fill para dito sa Barako Bull. At as we see them warming up, what can we expect from this game, partner?
So Charlie, itong dalawang komponente to parehong galing sa dalawang magkasunod na talo. Talk and text, galing sa magkasunod na talo yan. Itong Barako Bull galing din sa dalawang sunod na talo. So it's gonna be a very interesting ball game today here in Legazpi.
Yun ang tanong kung anong iiral dito, yung anghang ng tropang Texters o yung Oragon na Barako. Itong mga Barako Bull, kung magiging mas matibay sila rito, will they be able to overcome the tropang Texters? Alam mo, kung tingnan natin yung standings, Doms, Barako Bull is tied with two other teams for the 4th to 5th to 6th slots ng ating standings ngayon. Barako Bull, Meralco, and San Miguel 3 and 3. Tapos yung Talking Text, mas mababa, 2 and 3. Less games of course, do 5 pa na nalaro nila. But the tropang Texters, medyo hindi tayo sanay na makita sila in that lower half of our standings.
For Barako Bull at 3 and 3, yung dalawang huling talo nila against Petron and against Barangay Ginebra. Ito namang Talk and Text, yung huling talo nila Alaska and the San Mig Coffee Mixers. They are not used to being in this position. Itong Talk and Text, sanay sila na sila yung nasa taas. But so far, Talk and Text at 2 wins and 3 losses.
In unfamiliar territory at struggling so far, and back-to-back losses, something that rarely happens sa tropang Texters. You got Normal Black and the star-studded lineup trying to find a winning formula dito sa ating komperensya so far. In the bottom half of the standings, what did they do? They changed it up a bit. You know, yung mga players nila were playing all right, but they don't get to finish it in the end. So they bring in this fellow na nandyan sa TV ninyo. Familiar ba? Siyempre, dahil naglaro na yan last year. Balik import yan. With some unfinished business, Donnell Harvey, the man who led them to the finals in this conference last year, is back to try to man the middle, to defend, and to get rebounds and provide some toughness para rin sa kupunan niya.
Well, balikan muna natin. Ano ba nangyari dito sa Talk and Text in their 5 games? 1 loss, 2 wins, and then 2 losses. Binalik nila ngayon itong si Donnell Harvey in the 6th game. Unfinished business because hindi sila nanalo ng championship. You remember, last year, tinalo sila nitong San Mig Coffee Mixers with Denzel Bowles. So he's really back here in the PBA wanting to win a championship for Talk and Text.
Kabilang panig naman ng Barako Bull Energy. They started out great. 3-1 ang kanilang record, pero last 2 ball games, they lost. Yung last 2 ball games nila, they lost by 21 points and 13 points. Double figures ang pagkatalo nila in those 2 losses. Anong sinasabi ng mga tao? Mukhang nawala ng energy, yung energy colas. So they have to try to bounce back today.
You look at Barako Bull, why were they successful? Because of this guy on your screens, itong si Josh Urbistondo. Josh Urbistondo, the fireball. Pero seemingly, in their last few games, itong si Urbistondo, hindi masyadong maganda ang pinapakita. At bakit pa natin pinapakita yung paa itong si Josh Urbistondo? Because we have reports na natapilok itong si Josh Urbistondo sa kanilang last practice. So we'll be seeing how effective he will be in today's ballgame. You look at his stat line, 16 points, 6 assists, 4 out of 8 from the 3-point area. Pero yung caption yan, frozen fireball. Frozen, why? Because majority of those points nanggaling sa first half. Pati ito against Petron, he only had 6 points. So yung pagka-fireball ni Josh Urbistondo, hindi na napakita. Hindi na translate yun sa kanyang mga teammates. And the energy starts from Urbistondo, who has visibly been frozen in the past 2 games.
Well, Urbistondo, siyempre yan ang nangunguna sa mga locals. He's leading them in scoring. And siya yung nagdadala ng bola. Pero siyempre nasa gitna ng lahat na yan para sa atake ng Barako Bull. This guy, Evan Brock. Evan Brock is a guy who needs to spice it up. Kailangan yung laro niya, dagdagan pa niya. He's averaging about 19 points and 15, 16 rebounds a ball game. Pero sinasabi nila kulang pa. Kailangan pang dagdagan. He needs to assert himself even more, Dom.
Well, when you look at Evan Brock, kung may nanlalamig itong si Evan Brock naman, maanghang ang nilalaro niya. 20 points, 24 rebounds. That's definitely major statistics for this guy. And if you remember, Coach Raiko Toraman said, we don't really need much of his scoring. Ang kailangan niya yung depensa. Pinapakita niya yun. But now that Urbistondo and the other guys aren't scoring as much, kinakailangan dagdagan pa ni Brock ang kanyang nilalaro.
When si Brock is one of the imports na averaging less than 20 points a ball game. So very rare yan para sa import, especially na conference na
Things
unlimited.
that you can see and you can do when you visit Legazpi City.
And well, syempre hindi lang yung mga local officials na nandun, yung mga PBA officials din representing both teams na maglalaro dito. Sa
Mr.
Sabado
Ricky
night.
Vargas, nakita natin dyan.
Tama yun, si Pato Gregorio was there. And then we're about to get underway. Maganda na ang ating mga players. The tip is on. Gruta, Ferrer, at balantungan ng ating mga officials. Eto na, PBA Sabado Nights underway. Josh Orbistondo may tangan ng bola. Sean Anthony. They go over to Pinisi. Tama na key 3. In and out dyan. Offensive rebound. Sean Anthony. And he gets the first 2 points of the ball game.
Well, Sean Anthony back in the past 2 games for Barako Bull. Magandang addition yan because he brings in that energy. You know, the last 2 games, kulang na energy itong Barako Bull. Looks like Sean Anthony has to step into that role, especially kung talagang itong si Josh Urbistondo nasaktan dun sa kanilang huling ensayo.
He gets the rebound to si Sean Anthony. Siya na rin nagdala ng bola. And very versatile itong mamang ito. He can play several positions para sa Barako Bull Energy. He was out at the start of the conference. May injury and came back and played well late dun sa huling laro nila against the Petron Blaze Boosters. Fourth quarter na siya pinasok ni Coach Raiko, but he was able to still get double figures late in that ball game when Petron was really running away with the ball game. Pumapalag pa rin talaga ito si Sean Anthony. Never say die attitude of Sean Anthony.
Tingnan natin itong dalawang kumpareron. You look at Talking Tex coming off 2 mahirap na pagkatalo itong Talking Tex, but you have a good bright spot in Donnell Harvey. Ikaw naman, Barako Bull, galing ka rin sa dalawang sunod na talo. You want to be able to get a good and bright spot, maybe you can look at a good start, and that's what's happening now for Barako Bull. Maganda yung kanilang simula because if you remember, ito sa dalawang huling talo nila, hindi ganun kaganda ang kanilang first and second quarter.
Tama yun. Ito, well, grabe rin itong pick-up nila, Doms, to get Mark Makapagala. Guy who can shoot from anywhere. So, proving them right for signing him up dun sa in between conferences. He's been hitting 3-pointers, hitting from the outside para sa Barako. Pero itong Talking Tex, gusto rin makabawi. Outside shot. Kelly Williams misses from 3. Barako gets it back. Lamang sila ng 5. 5-0. Evan Brock wants to go ahead and get into the lane. The jumper.
What's also going to be interesting, what kind of condition ang ipapakita nitong si Donnell Harvey in his first basketball game, tapos out of town pa.
Well, si Donnell Harvey has been active. He's been playing in the Chinese League. So, nung natapos yung kanyang stint doon, kinuha siya agad ng tropang Texters who were struggling. Let's see what he can bring. He committed a foul already on the other end. Nakaisang personal si Donnell Harvey. As we see Fona Share, patungo sa basket, was fouled. Mark Makapagal is called for his first personal.
We're talking about Mark Makapagal, magandang addition yan for Barako Bull. If you notice, majority of the time na nananalo itong Barako Bull, maganda ang kanilang shooting from the outside. You have a Mark Makapagal, you have a Josh Urbistondo hitting from the outside. Ito naman Talking Tex, why have they been so successful the past few years is because of their defense. At dun sa kanilang unang 5 laro, they haven't been doing it well on defense.
Tama yun, siyempre, with a coach like Norman Black, I'm sure that's what he's been preaching. Na kailangan nila up yung defense. That's also a reason why they got Donnell Harvey na kilalang magaling dumipensa na import, and he's already proven that last season. Ito si Josh Orbistondo. Benisi, nag-hesitate na mula dyan sa drift dahil nagmintin sa kanyang unang attempt. The ball hits the foot of Harvey. Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Naubusan ng oras ang Barako. Good defense from the Tropang Texas. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Well, that was a good step out dun sa pick and roll dapat nagagawin ng Barako Bull. When Urbistondo came out of the pick, agad nag-help itong si Donnell Harvey causing that turnover.
Si Ryan Reyes started at the forward spot. Pero naman natin, nakakapagdala ng bola yan. Here's Kelly Williams, jumper from 18. Pasok para kay Machine Gun Kelly.
I like that shot of Kelly Williams. Again, walang hesitation yung jump shot na yun ni Kelly Williams. Ever since he moved to Talking Tex, people have been saying na hindi na siya ganong tumitira. But when he has the opportunity, Kelly Williams will make you pay.
They go to Urbistondo. Ang layo naman ng 3. Wide right ang tira. Offensive rebound. Evan Brock. Second chance. They take another 3 and they make it. Mark Makapagal. Nakadalawa na yan dito sa ating first quarter.
6 out of the 8 points for Barako Bull coming from Mark Makapagal. If you look at Barako Bull, you like how you're starting. gusto mo nang makalimutan agad yung dalawang huli mong talo with a good start in this ball game.
Well, Kelly Williams, ang ganda ng start para kay Coach Norman Black. 4 of the 6 points kay Kelly Williams. Outside jumpers, which he hasn't been making consistently as of late. Pero doon nakita natin, mukhang his mind is set on helping the team score in this ball game. Personal foul with 8:33 remaining dito sa ating first quarter. The handoff goes to Josh Urbistondo. In the line side the shaded area. Kaliwa naman, Makapagal one more time. Pasok mula sa kanto. Tatlong 3-pointer. What a strong start para kay Mark Makapagal.
Well, you wanted energy. We questioned it at the beginning of the ball game. Barako showing a lot of energy dito sa ating simula ng first quarter.
Alapag the pass to Harvey. Harvey pumihit sa gitna. Kicks it out. They're passing the ball around. 6 seconds to go. Kelly from 3. It's short. Ang rebound. Sean Anthony ang kumuha niyan. Urbistondo looks like he's moving well. Kahit natapilok na siya. A pass inside to the smallest guy on the court. Kinaliwa. Reverse para kay Josh.
That's a good cut by Josh Urbistondo, but itong si Jimmy Alapag lost vision of his man.
Passing around the perimeter, tropang Texas. They finally go inside. Alapag, nakita niya, Evan Brock nasa harap niya. Inatras muna niya. Decides to take it in the face of Evan Brock. No go. A 7-point lead para sa Barako Bulls, showing lots of energy dito sa ating pag-umpisa. The pass inside to Brock. Sean Anthony makes his move into the lane. Second basket para kay Sean Anthony.
Very good field goal shooting for Barako Ball in the first 5 minutes of our ball game. Hence, they get a 9-point lead.
They call a timeout itong tropang Texters dahil lumalaki ng lamang ng Barako. Tino mo yung nangyayari ngayon?
Well, if you're talking text, you don't like how you've started, especially on defense. Giving 15 points right away to Barako Bull in 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes is not a good sign dun sa iyong depensa.
Ngayon umopensa naman ang tropang Texters. Palitan ng tao. They injected some of their bench guys who would not normally be bench guys sa ibang team. Nakita natin wala sa kaliwa, naka-tres ang tropang Texters, cutting that lead by a third immediately coming off that timeout.
Barako Bull shooting 6 out of 9 from the field.
Pinisi, Urbistondo, balik kay Pinisi. Pangalawang attempt from 3, second miss on the rebound. Fonacier nakatabik ng bola palabas.
When we're talking about Barako Bull, yung kanilang opensa in their last 2 games. Nung isang game nila against Petron Blaze, they only scored 11 points in the second quarter. Nung Barangay Ginebra naman ang kalaban nila, they only scored 11 points in the first quarter.
And a 5-second violation, hindi mapasok ni Sean Anthony yung bola. Great defense from Tokentex to prevent that inbound. So the ball goes the other way. Tokentex with a chance to break into double figures sa scoring dito sa ating first quarter. Castro. Manidel over to Larry. Larry into the lane. There's a slap from Mark Makapagal, and the foul will be called on Makapagal. Pangalawang personal niya yan.
Well, after that timeout of talk and text, mararamdaman mo iba ang pinapakita nilang aggressiveness. They were able to make that basket, and now Larry Fonacier goes to the basket and gets fouled.
Fonacier, a big part of their attack. Itong si Larry Fonacier came in with the Alaska Aces, went over now to Tropang Texters. Was the Rookie of the Year.
Nung naglalaro siya sa Barako.
Sa Barako.
Oo, Red Bull siya nagsimula.
Tapos he comes into the Tropang Texters. They thought he was going to be, backup scorer, but he's shown that he can be versatile. He can drive to the basket. Of course, yung usual 3-point shooting niya from the outside, and a reliable free throw shooter, as well as a team leader. Itong si Larry Fonacier. So he's been a champion with them a few times and a mainstay dyan sa lineup ni Norman Black.
You know, one thing I like about Larry Fonacier, nag-evolve yung kanyang laro. Before, tinitignan siya, 3-point shooter lang, but now he can actually take it to the basket. Another thing is, if you look at Larry Fonacier, siguro dun sa pinakamadaming games or sa lahat ng games ng Tokentex, dun sa mga naglalaro sa kanila regularly, Larry Fonacier is up there. Hindi nasasaktan itong si Larry Fonacier. He's been very, very fortunate in his career that he hasn't really been injured for a long time.
Well, pero yung injuries nga niya, as we see Evan Brock missing that free throw. He got injured on his last year nung nasa Ateneo nga siya. He injured his knee. He wasn't able to finish that season. Ito si Laipo na siya, but he's come back strong. Kicks it over to Ranidel. Ranidel tumira mula sa labas. Pasok yan. Yung mga weapons pa naman ng itong tropang Texters. They're showing up already after a slow start, cutting the lead down to just 2.
The Talk and Text, their nucleus just knows how to play. Pumasok na nga itong si Jason Castro and Ranidel de Ocampo. Expect them to get more scoring from these two guys.
Pangatlong mintis na ni Mick Pinisian mula sa 3-point area. Steal almost from Sean Anthony. The ball will stay dito sa tropang Texters, and yung hustle talaga ni Sean Anthony is apparent. Was able to stop tropang Texters from setting up their offense immediately. Castro gets the baseline, kicks it out. Shato malakas ang pasa. Conacher lost it. Balik ang bola sa panig ng Barako Bulls, still maintaining a 2-point lead.
8-1 run now by Talk and Text ever since that timeout. Only cutting the lead now to just 2 points.
Drive into the lane, kick out dito, Sean Anthony. They're passing it around, fourth time from 3. Finally, Mick Pinisi nakapasok ng 3-pointer, and this guy not thinking about the previous misses, just concentrating on making one.
Look at the 3-point field goal shooting nitong Barako Bull. 4 na ang nasushoot nila dito sa first quarter.
Castro the bounce to Harvey, kicks it out. Ranidel mula sa tres na naman, swak din yan, binawi agad ang tres ni Pinisi. So it's a shootout here, second part of this first quarter.
Napakaganda ng patience that time by Talk and Text, giving that extra pass for a wide open Ranidel de Ocampo.
Mula sa likod na foul ni Jason Castro si Josh Urbiston, the first person ni Jason Castro yan. Tingnan si Ranidel de Ocampo. That's his second 3-pointer in this ball game, Doms. And this is a guy, we're talking about versatility. Maraming player na ganyan sa tropang Texas. Ranidel, ang laki-laki mama pero tumitira mula sa 3-point area. As well as this guy, Mick Pinisi. Pero siya, yan talagang favorite spot niya.
Well, Pinisi, tough guy on the defense, but at the same time can shoot from the outside. But Ranidel is one of the players in the PBA that's very complete.
8 3-pointer na ang na-shoot ng mga teams dito in 8 minutes of action. As we see Brock hit the deck, the slippery floor, the miss from Talk and Text, and the lead pass to Sean Anthony, who finishes the fast break.
Good heads-up play that time by Josh Urbisondo. Nahanap itong si Sean Anthony for that wide-open layup.
6 points na to si Sean Anthony. And they're trying to mop up the floors dahil nga nadulas ito si Evan Brock on that last play. Ito si Mick Pinisi, sinagot ang 3-pointer ni Ranidel de Ocampo. The big guys, 6'6" and above, shooting from beyond the arc. And Sean Anthony running the floor for the 2. Balik ang bola sa tropang Texters, trailing by 7. Normal Black on his feet. You have to be concerned at this point, Dom, dahil medyo gumigitna na sa ating elimination round. So every game really counts. If you're starting to fall in the standings, you want to bring yourself up as quickly as you can.
You definitely want to start winning basketball games para makahabol ka. Ayaw mong maiwanan. If you're Talk and Text, you're at 2 and 3, but you have Alaska at 6 and 1, so medyo malaking hahabulin mo. But the good thing for Barako Bull, they started out well, nakabalik itong Talk and Text, then may pangsagot ulit itong Barako Bull. So game of spurts so far.
Dagdagan mo pa yung listahan natin ng 3-pointers. That's Jason Castro, siya naman ang tumira mula sa 3-point country. That's the lead down to just 4. Barako still keeping that lead, 24-20. Josh Urbistondo gusto niyang bawiin, and he does!
Well, that's what you want if you're Josh Urbistondo. We had reports na meron ng sprain itong si Urbistondo, but knocking that 3-point shot down, 5 points so far in this ballgame.
Well, nakakasiguro tayo wala sa sprain sa shooting wrist niya dahil nakaka-stress na naman ito si Josh Urbistondo. That's the specialty in that fellows game. Yan ang isa sa mga nagsastop and pop ng 3-pointer mula at sa fast break. Ito si Josh Urbistondo. Pero Aaron Aban, in typical fashion, comes into the ball game, tapos baseline jumper agad ang pinasok.
Well, the good thing about Talk and Text, they know how to move the basketball. They may not be the best players individually, pero as a team, every time I end up covering Talk and Text, talaga yung teamwork nila is just so evident It's a beauty to watch, and that's why they've been so successful.
Well, in this ball game, they've come back from an early big deficit. Lady in white, they're watching this ball game, enjoying the action so far dahil daming bombs from the outside domes. Looks like the outside shooting, mukhang maganda yung nakastack sa dalawang teams na ito sa game na to.
Well, definitely maganda ang shooting ng ating dalawang koponan. Earlier on, we saw the field goal shooting, 6 out of 9 for Barako. And at that time, Talk and Text was still shooting a little bit poorly, pero ngayon nakabalik na itong Talk and Text. So mamaya after the first quarter, makikita natin yung talagang field goal shooting nila for the first.
1 out of 2 mula kay Evan Brock, the guy na sinabi natin kailangan mag-step up palalo para sa Barako Bull. Jared Dillinger kicks it out to Castro. At nag-decide siya na ipasok yung bola in the lane. Humihingi siya ng N1 situation. Then pumasok yung tira. Sabi ng referee, sa baba before the attempt.
Jason Castro is one of the toughest guys to try to stop one-on-one. Kita mo gano'n na iwanan itong si JC Intal, but that's a good call by the referees.
So ginawa na lang ng Topang Texters, si Raba Luceni straight to the basket. Yung si Raba Luceni seems to have found his place dito sa Tropang Texters after coming over mula sa Global Port. Doms, in limited minutes, he's been productive, especially offensively.
So it looks like he's been very comfortable with Coach Norman Black, who was his coach in college. Kung doon nag-blossom yung career nitong si Raba.
Evan Brock nakashoot ng jumper in the shaded area, stretches the lead back to 6. So Barako Bulls able to fend off ang Tropang Texters so far dito sa ating first quarter. Castro bitin ng tira, rebound Urbistondo. They're running the white shirts. They go over to Danny, down to Evan Brock. Dinabas muna, reset ang opensa nitong Barako Bull Energy. A minute and 40 remaining dito sa ating first quarter. Danny's in the lane, nagawan, a double team came up to Dillinger. Dillinger loses it. Ball goes back to the white shirts nitong Barako Bull.
If you're Barako Bull, you want to make sure you get down on defense. Dahil itong Talk and Text, they will try to run, and they do such a great job of advancing the basketball. You talk about advancing the basketball, bibihira sila, you know, they have a dribble drive type of an offense, pero yung dribble drive nila, pagdating lang sa half court. But to get it to the half court, they really advance the basketball quick.
Here's another guy na na-pick up nitong Barako Bull, Jonas Villanueva, in the ball game, and he with Joshua Bistondo has created a great and potent backcourt tandem para kay Coach Raiko Toroman. Jonas Villanueva, of course, coming over mula sa San Mig Coffee Mixers, and the two of them have been scoring well from the backcourt position. Pero at the line right now, JC Intal, another guy who came over from San Mig Coffee with 2 free throws, mintis ang una.
If you look at Barako Bull, grabe yung overhaul na nangyari sa kanila this conference. The players that they got are the players that can score. Guys like Intal, you know, makapagal, itong mga to, kaya pumutok at any given time.
At kapapasok lang ng best friend ni JC Intal na si Doug Kramer, may foul agad na tinawag on that rebound play. Sino pinabagsak niya? Isa rin barkada nila, Raba Luceni. Of course, those are all former Ateneo Blue Eagles who played together and won championships. Yan, tingnan natin yung nangyari on that rebound sequence. Kapapasok na ni Doug Kramer, he just set his feet and pulled the blue shirt to the floor. So Doug is called for that foul, ang kanyang una dito sa ating laro. Castro, the jumper from the free throw line, pabandang tira, partner, tinawag kaya yun?
Well, that's a good anticipation by Jason Castro. Nung pag-slide agad from the pick and roll, Raba Al-Husseini getting the ball and shooting it. That's one thing about Raba Al-Husseini. He's not afraid to take those shots.
Isa pa na hindi natatakot tumira, guy who's been doing it for many years, Danny Siegel. You know, medyo resurgent yung career nito si Danny Siegel. Past couple of conferences showing he can score with the best of them once again.
The only thing about Danny Siegel naman is you want to make sure that you take care of his health, because once he gets injured, of course, hindi mo nagagamit at medyo natatagalan bago makabalik si Danny Siegel. But Danny Siegel has been working so hard. At may balita tayo at the beginning of the conference, one-on-one training pa yan ni Coach Raiko Toroman. That's why they were so happy with the progress of Danny Siegel. But bahagyang nasaktan siya at the start of the conference. with a calf injury, but he's back now. So Coach Raiko Torreman will be able to maximize the talent of Danny Siegel.
In fact, last game nila, he scored 17 points against Petron. Even when Petron was pounding Barako Bull late in that ball game, siya ang isang bright spot dun sa laro na yon. Danny Siegel was able to showcase his offensive skills. He gets the ball, pinasok sa lane, jumper from 14. Strong rebound taken by Maliksi. So may chance ang maka-second attempt itong Barako Bull. 18 seconds na lang natitira dito sa ating first quarter. Here's Jonas. They go to Danny. Passes it over to Doug Kramer rather, pero naagaw ng tropang Texas. 3 seconds to go. The layup goes para kay Jason Castro. What speed shown from the little man. And from the half court, they throw it up. Tumama sa rim but doesn't go in. Barako leading all the way so far sa ating first quarter. Great start para sa kanila. And they're able to keep that lead until the end of this first quarter against the mighty Tropang Texters. Nick Penisi hitting a couple of times from three-point land. Bunch of three-pointers thrown up dito sa ating first quarter. Josh Orbistondo as well. At sa pagtatapos ng ating first quarter, Barako maintains their lead just by a single bucket, 32-30. Sa Game 1, Kaya versus Philippine Air Force at pagtatapat naman sa Game 2, Loyola Meralco Sparks versus Nomads ngayong Martes simula 5 p.m. sa Emperador Stadium, McKinley Hill. Fort Bonifacio Taguig, live and exclusive dito lang sa Active.
Well, Charlie, in that first quarter, Barako Bulls starting out well. Nakalamang sila. Nakabalik naman itong talk and text nung pagpasok nitong si Jason Castro, Raba Alusini, and Ranidel De Ocampo, scoring 17 points combined. So coming off the bench, yung bench points ng talk and text, 17 sa first quarter alone. But for Barako, nakabalik sila ulit. They had that second spurt, and that's why they ended 32-30. And yung 3-point field goal shooting nitong Barako Bulls, 6 out of 10 in the first quarter alone.
Ganda talaga ng outside shooting for both teams. That's why we've got a close game right now. And pretty high scoring from recent game standards for a first quarter to end at 32-30. Ito si Jonas.
And if you're Barako, that's what you want because nagkakaproblema ka sa scoring in the first two quarters. Ayaw mong maiwanan. In the last two losses for Barako, naiwanan sila agad sa kanilang laro. So they have to be particularly play well dito sa second quarter because ayaw nilang maiwanan because once naiiwanan itong Barako Bull, they let that opponent just breeze through the next few quarters.
Tama yun. As we see here yung persistence at medyo hardworking talaga itong Barako so far in this ball game, getting a second possession after the initial miss. And si Raba Alusini natawagan na kanyang unang personal foul. Pero as you said, kanina nakita natin nakadalawang basket na yan si Raba Alusini. Very, very comfortable in his new team, as well as this guy who has stepped in and showing his wares. Alam mo naman natin, this guy was a Finals MVP just a couple of seasons ago.
Jonas Villanueva, a grade A player dito sa PBA. Just really needing time to be able to showcase his talent.
Raba Alusini taking it to Doug Kramer on that play, backing him in, tapos hook shot in the lane. 6 na puntos na si Raba. Bunch of Ateneans on the floor right now. Pero Danny Siegel may hawak ng bola. Jonas, 7 seconds kanilang shot clock. Maliksi hooks it over to Doug Kramer. 19-foot jumper, swap para kay Doug.
Kung naisahan niya kanina si Doug Kramer off that hook shot, Doug Kramer naman setting himself up for that easy 18-footer.
There's Castro. The quickest man in the league throws it inside to Raba. Bago nakaangat si Raba, they foul him. He's gonna go to the line para sa dalawang free throws. Danny Siegel na tawagan na kanyang unang personal. So Raba, 6 points. Madadagdagan pa yan dito sa free throw trip na ito if he makes a couple. And a pretty reliable free throw shooter for a big man.
Raba Alusini, all throughout his career, maganda talaga ang touch niya from 15 feet all the way up to about 18, 19 feet. So free throw shooting has never really been too much of a question for Raba.
And just as you say that, nagmintis from the line to si Raba Alusini. 1 out of 2 on that trip. So Talk and Text still trailing by 4, 37-33. Barako is up at nasa kanila ang bola with about 2 minutes gone by dito sa ating second quarter. Villanueva. They go over to the cutting Danny Siegel. He loses his footing. Nahulog na ng tuluyan all the way out of bounds. Turnover ang resulta. Balik ang bola sa tropa. Ito si Donnell Harvey. Baka hinahanap ng mga kakabukasan ng kanilang mga television. Si Keith Benson. He's been given his walking papers. And Donnell Harvey is back as the import para sa tropang Texters. As we see Rafa Al-Husseini, 9 points in this ball game, hitting that outside jumper. Here are the Barako. Holding on to a 2-point lead. Intal bouncing it over to Siegel. Strong move on the reverse.
I was waiting for a slam dunk from Danny Siegel pero nakita niya. Hitting si Donnell Harvey. So taking it on the other side for that layup.
Pass inside to Raba. One more basket para sa kanya. Moving well without the ball. At nahanap naman siya as a big target ng kanyang mga teammates.
Rafa Al-Husseini could be his best start for Talk and Text in the first 2 quarters. Nakaka-11 points na itong si Rafa Al-Husseini.
But they're still playing catch-up. Barako maintaining that lead. Siegel, binabas yung bola. Outside jumper. It's long. May chance ang makatabla na itong tropang Texas on this offensive. They go inside to Harvey who had sealed the defender. Quick call mula sa ating referee, Doug Kramer. Hindi makapaniwala. He's called for the push.
Well, he has a tough job of trying to stop Donnell Harvey, trying to get position before Harvey can seal him. Ended up fouling itong si Donnell Harvey.
Evan Brock binalik sa laro to try to challenge Donnell Harvey.
Kakapasok pa lang, napapansin na natin. Donnell Harvey and Evan Brock trying to get position from each other.
Makapagal, bumalik na rin yan. Nakatatlong 3-pointer yan si Mark Makapagal in the first quarter. And immediately on the inbound, Evan Brock giving Harvey a push. He's called for the personal. Kaya mo yung dalawa, oh. Talagang nagtutulakan. So we'll watch that matchup. They bring it to Harvey. Harvey pushing in and he's called for the offensive foul. So tit for tat. One foul on Brock. Isa naman tinawag rin against Donnell Harvey.
That time, Harvey a little bit impatient. Because right off nung nakuha niya yung unang foul kay Kramer at yung pangalawang foul dito kay Evan Brock, hiningi niya ulit yung bola. A little bit too aggressive that time, getting the offensive foul.
Napangiti na lang si Evan Brock kahit medyo masakit yung dibdib niya dahil nabigyan siya nito si Donnell Harvey. He goes back on offense after his teammates. Eto, Villanueva to Danny Siegel. Never shy to shoot. Danny takes the jumper and hits him.
Too easy for Danny Siegel. Wala man lang nag-challenge dun sa tirang yun ni Danny Siegel.
Natawagan ng warning ang tropang ang Barako rather for delaying the game, handling the ball after the basket. So that's one call of delaying the game. If they get another one, technical foul at tatawagan ng ating mga referees. Outside jumper from Donnell Harvey. Definitely hindi niya specialty yan. Not an outside shooter. Ito si Donnell Harvey.
Evan Brock giving him that outside shot. Rightfully so.
Villanueva looking inside. They go into Brock. Brock gusto i-challenge sa depensa ni Rafa Al-Husseini, but he kicks it out to Maliksi. Balik kay Brock. Brock makes his move into the lane, to the basket for the jam. Looks like they're gonna count that one.
Quick move by Evan Brock. Makikita mo yung spacing na nagawa nitong si Evan Brock. That little jab step crossover and then this dunk. 2 points and the foul.
Specialty of the house naman ni Evan Brock yan. You know, most of his baskets are layups, short jumpers, and a bunch of slam dunks. Tuwan-tuwa sila. You talk about Lob City. Tuwan-tuwa si Josh Orbistonte to throw that ball up and just let Evan Brock get it and slam it into the hoop. But on that play, he took it all the way by himself pero mintis ang kanyang bonus free throw. It's a 6-point lead para sa Barako Bulls. Kelly Williams jumper, wala yan. Mistiming his jump, Evan Brock, and Kelly Williams comes in. Swatted away. That's going to be a goaltending call on Evan Brock. Counted ang tira ni Kelly Williams.
Alam mo pa minsan-minsan, kahit na pa goaltending yun, gusto mo pa rin yung ginawa nitong si Evan Brock because it tells or gives a signal to the opposing team na nandiyan ka. You will try to block every single shot.
Mintis, ito si Mark Makapagal. Offensive rebound. Alain Maliksi, yung sa fake niya there's a foul. Kumagat ang defender. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. And Barako seems to be doing all the right things so far dito sa ating first half to try to get baskets, if not from the field, from the line.
Offensively, Barako doing a good job. But doing a good job of boxing out Ryan Reyes. Boxing out Evan Brock.
Hindi lang nila nabantayan to si Maliksi from the weak side, and he was able to get that offensive rebound.
And that's how tough Ryan Reyes is. Si Evan Brock is what, maybe 7-8 inches taller than him and much heavier, pero na-box out niya. Lumipad pa itong si Evan Brock.
Isang free throw na ipasok nito si Alain Maliksi. Maliksi, of course, was a rookie with Barako Bull. Transferred to the Barangay Ginebra. Tapos bumalik dito sa Barako Bull. Second go-around niya with this franchise. The pass goes to the corner. They try to go inside the lane. Wala yan. Naagaw. Jonas Villanueva. Pinasa up ahead. Maliksi. Maliksi passing to the opponent. Wala pa lang kakabit dun sa kaliwa. Alapag all the way to the other end. Yan ang nangyayari sa mga turnover na ganyan. Quick basket para sa kabilang koponan.
That's a quick basket by Jimmy Alapag. First 2 points off the ball game for Alapag.
You lose the ball deep inside your shaded area. Pag may mag-break away lang na isang player na kalaban yun, most of the time, it's a quick, fast break. 8 seconds sa shot clock ng Barako. 6 minutes 24 na titira sa ating second quarter. The drive, Jonas throws it up. Muntik nang maka 3-point play, pero dalawa na lang ang bibigay sa kanya mula sa linya.
Good decision that time by Jonas Villanueva. Trying to make Jimmy Alapag play defense, get him into foul trouble to lessen his effectivity.
Si Jonas Villanueva, of course, played for the FEU Tamaraw sa UAAP before coming into the league. At yung sinabi natin kanina na nag-finals MVP, and that was with the San Miguel franchise, which is now known as Petron.
Well, talking about franchise change, alam mo, I'd like to thank ang kasama natin si Magumar John. Sinabi niya nga, itong si Larry Fornacier won the Rookie of the Year with Red Bull. But alam mo, nagkapalit yung mga franchises. So actually, itong Barako Bull, hindi yan yun eh.
Oh, hindi yan yung team. Tama yun. Yun na yung Air 21 na ngayon. Oh, tama yun. Kakapalit-palit ng mga franchises dito. It's a bit confusing. As we see the miss mula na naman sa tropang Texters. Barako Bull, Evan Brock. Pinisi, nakadalawa na yan. May walang tatlo from 3-point land, and he makes the lead bigger. 7 points na lamang ng Barako.
Looks like in the past few days, itong Barako Bull has really been working on their 3-point shooting. Because yung dalawang huling laro nila, hindi maganda ang kanilang 3-point shooting. Against Barangay Ginebra, they only shot 24%. In that game against Petron, they shot 31%.
We'll be back. Player itong tropang Texters, Doms, at well, bago siya sa tropang Texters, pero he's been with Coach Norman Black before, and he's doing a lot of the same things he used to do with Norman Black back in Ateneo, being comfortable inside, scoring in the lane, hitting outside jumpers. Si Raba Alusaini mukhang komportable dito sa TNT.
What I really like about Raba Alusaini is he's not taking away opportunities from his teammates. He is just feeding off kung ano bang ginagawa ng kanyang mga kakampi. He's getting to the open spot, and look what happens. 5 out of 5 from the field, 11 points para kay Alusaini.
Ito si Mick Pinisi naman, nakatatlong tres, gawin mo ng 4. 12 points from Mick Pinisi mula dyan sa Rainbow Country. After missing his first 3 attempts, he's made 4 straight. Tropang Texters, gusto mo matake. Ranela de Ocampo loses it. Sean Anthony ang kumuha. So si Jonas bouncing into Sean Anthony. Tried to lob it to Brock. Tapped away. Anthony goes up. Tapped away once again. But they keep the ball. Ito si Jonas Villanueva. Sabi na, let's slow it down. Relax lang. He resets the offense. Pinisi, isa pa ba? Wala na, heat check yun. And on the way up, Brock is stripped of the letter.
So that time, Mick Pinisi a little bit further out than his past shots. That's why it was a little bit short.
Pero siniswerte pa ang Barako Bull, Doms. Nakuha na ng tropang Texas ang bola, but they lose it immediately. Balik ang bola sa Barako Bull. 10-point lead. Biggest of the ball game. Chance to extend even more with only 4:47 remaining dito sa ating first half.
Jason Castro coming in for Jimmy Alapag. Coach Norman Black wanting a little bit more offense coming from the point guard position, and to try to keep Josh Urbistondo busy pagdating sa depensa.
Kapansin-pansin, nabanggit mo nga kanina, Tropang Texas have been successful in the past few seasons, and their battle cry has always been defense, defense, defense. Barako Bull is at 51 points with still 4 minutes and 47 remaining. So kung i-gauge mo ngayon depensa ng tropang Texters ngayon, that's not the way they usually play defense, letting Barako Bull, a team which has been struggling sa opensa, score 51 already, make it 54. Josh Orbistondo coming back in the 3-point party. Muntik pa, nakakuha sana 5-point play sana yun para kay Josh Orbistondo.
The Fireball leading his team with the energy. Him and Sean Anthony have just started out well para sa Barako Bull.
Tapos reckless drive from Kelly Williams results in nothing. Tatakbo na sana ang Barako, pero smart as usual kasi Ryan Reyes fouled the ball carrier para mapigil yung possible fast break attempt. As we see Josh Orbistondo hitting another 3-point shot. Nag-uulan ng tres para sa Barako Bull Energy kung kaya naman lamang sila ng 13 puntos.
10 3-point shot na itong Barako Bull dito sa ating laro. So 30 out of the 54 points coming from the 3-point area.
Nakita natin kung si Castro and Pinisi about to get into it. Ito yung mga players. And Pinisi took exception to that. Emotions are high. People had to step in.
Well, their teammates coming into each other's rescue.
Tama yun. And sumenes kasi yung ating referee, a possible flagrant foul at hindi nagustuhan yung recipient ng unang blow.
Jason Castro telling the referees na siko yung tumama sa kanya.
So let's see yung mga referees siyempre. Pag-aaralan kung ano ba talaga nangyari.
Emotions running high dito sa ating laro. Barako Bull. First, to remember, itong dalawang kuponan na to coming from 2 consecutive losses. So yung emotions, they really want to get one here today. Get that win.
Nilinaw natin si Pinisi at si Castro. Magkalaban yan, hindi magkakampi yan. Yung medyo nagkainitan a while ago. Yan, panoorin natin yung replay. On the pick, Pinisi and Castro hitting each other. Pinisi going after the little guy.
Well, Jason Castro seemed like after this pick of Pinisi, hinabol niya ng siko itong si Pinisi, and Pinisi did not like it.
There didn't seem to
Actually,
be
hindi nag-abot si Pinisi tsaka si Jason Castro.
parang walang first move. I mean, normally kasi yung nahuhuli ng ating mga referees is the retaliation. Pero based on yung sa replay na yun, Toms, wala namang first move. It was a set pick mula kay Mick Pinisi and
At kung titignan mo yung mga dati, ang iisipin mo, si Mick Pinisi yung nagbigay ng hard pick.
yun na nga. Yun na nga. Kasi, di ba, nangyayari na yan. Pero on that play, well, we'll see. We have to wait for what the referees are gonna say. But emotions did run high. So, siyempre, imamonitor natin yan as this game goes on. Only 4:07 remaining dito sa ating first half. And it's been quite a game so far. Talagang lots of running back and forth. 54-41, quite high scoring, especially para sa Barako Bull.
Mainit na naman yung laro natin ngayon. Charlie, balikan natin. Itong nangyari. Mick Pinisi and Jason Castro trying to fight the screen with his elbow, getting Mick Pinisi dun sa kanyang leeg. And Pinisi not liking that.
Well, you know, we can speculate all we want. It could have been a play ahead of that na nangyari kasi sumisenya si Castro na may siko si Pinisi, so baka that happened a play or two before. Pero kung ano man ang nangyari, yan ang nakita ng ating mga referee and they're gonna make a call base doon sa replay na pinakita ng ating ng technical crew natin dito.
At yun nga, Charlie, yan, magkalaban yan. Pero yung nangyari kagabi,
iba.
magkakampi.
Iba yun,
So
iba yun.
paalala lang natin, bukas sa Active Center,
Oo.
the Petron Blaze Boosters Import, Ronaldo Balkman will be our guest. Kasama si Coach Ronnie Magsanok and Miko Halili. Tapos, may phone patch
phone
dito
patch.
kay Arwin Santos.
Okay. Mahalo ko kung sino tatawagin nila eh. Arwin Santos. So, pag-uusapin yung dalawa, ganun.
Technical foul is called on number 88, McPinisi, for a second motion.
So there was something called on Jason Castro. We're trying to clarify. Pero clearly, narinig ko technical foul on Mick Pinisi for a second motion. Dahil binanggahan niya what sinugod niya afterwards, I would suppose. So pinasok si Jimmy Alapas. So flagrant foul is called on Jason Castro.
Penalty 1 on Jason Castro and he'll have to sit for 3 minutes. Well, yung technical foul kay Mick Pinisi dahil dun sa reaction niya pagkatapos.
So pumo na si Jason Castro. But hindi rin, well, you know, what an option para kay Coach Norman Black. Paulit-ulit natin sinasabi. Upo mo si Jason Castro, papasok mo si Jimmy Alapag. So you get a lot of the same kind of player, a guy who fights hard, can hit from the outside, can drive to the basket. So si Mick Pinisi naman ang titira dito sa kabilang end because of that flagrant foul. He'll take these free throws.
Ang frustration na inapapakita ngayon ng talk and text dahil napakaganda ng shooting ng Barako Bull. We mentioned it, 10 3-point shots, and Mick Pinisi making it more evident yung ganda na nilalaro nila. At ni Mick Pinisi, 14 points now for Pinisi.
Look at this fella, ito si Mick Pinisi talaga eh. You know, hinuhold pa niya yung post niya after pumapasok yung kanyang mga free throws as if to emphasize the fact na naipasok niya yung dalawa. Eh sa kabilang panig, nagmintis yung technical free throw ng tropang Thurs. So biggest lead, it's 16-56 to 41. 4 minutes sakto natitira. Mintis ang tira ng Barako Bull. Ball goes the other way. Tropang Thurs trying to catch up dito sa ating first half.
Bucketex now down by 15 points. Very important for them. They need to go back to what they do. And Sean Anthony anticipating yung move nitong si Donnell Harvey.
Nag-insist talaga to si Sean Anthony. Tumama dito sa may legs ni Donnell Harvey yung bola. Fortunately, it's not in the last 2 minutes of the ball game. There's no chance to review that, and the referee made a call. Is in fact giving a technical on Sean Anthony. So natatawagan pa ng technical si Sean Anthony dahil dun sa pag-insist niya na yung bola ay tumama sa bandit dito si Donnell Harvey.
Emotions running high in this basketball game. Dami na natin nakitang technical foul. Nakakadalawa o tatlo na tayo, and one flagrant penalty, one on Jason Castro.
And on this technical foul attempt, napasok ng tropang Thurs and Jimmy Alapag. Cuts it to 14, Harvey. He reposts ito sa kanya against Pinisi. Fonacier, they go over to Alapag. 6 seconds to go. Fonacier from 3, gets hit. And a foul from Mark Macapagal. So, bibigyan ng 3 free throws itong si Danny Fonacier.
Third personal foul for Mark Macapagal.
So, Fonacier at the line para sa tatlo. Eli Fonacier, maganda yung umpisa rito sa ating laro no first quarter. Scored a bunch of points early. And continuing it dito sa ating second quarter. 8 points para kay Larry Fonacier. Make it 9. Could get up to double figures if he completes the 3 free throws na binigay sa kanya. Kelly Williams, upo muna. Rani Del Dio Campo back in the ball game.
That'll be a warning on Donnell Harvey for delay of game.
Sinasabi ni Donnell Harvey, I didn't touch it. Sabi niya ganun, but the warning nevertheless is there. So both teams have warnings already on the delay of the game. So anyone who handles the ball after a shot is made, matatawagan ng technical yung kanyang koponan. Joshua Bistondo. Hindi makawala sa depensa. Si Jimmy Alapag the bounce goes over to Kramer. He loses it outside.
Doug Kramer not expecting that pass from Joshua Bistondo. If you're Barako Bull, you know, you're up by 11 points. You want to try and make sure that you have a good, sizable amount. You lead nyo before you end the first half.
Tagal mag-set up ng offense at 12 seconds to go. They kick it out. Open from 3. He's hit a couple. Wala yan. Offensive rebound. Donnell Harvey. Oh! Supal-pal!
Yun ang harap-harapan. Supal-pal.
Tama yun, pero they're not able to stop yung basket ni Larry Fonacier. He gets another 2. He's got 12 points sa ating laro.
What a block by Evan Brock.
Harap-harapan talaga. In-erase. Binura. Itong si Evan Brock. Yung hops talaga niya. Napakita niya on that play. Joshua Bistondo. Nowhere to go. Good defense mula kay Jimmy Alapag. 4 seconds to go sa kanilang shot clock. Brock decides to take a jumper out of his range. Low-low ang tira.
Sumakit yata yung kamay niya. Pagkatapos na masupalpal itong si Donnell Harvey. This is that great rebound by Harvey. But watch Evan Brock. Yan ang harap-harapang supalpal. No chance for Donnell Harvey.
Nakainom na maraming Barako Bull itong mga energy call-off na ito here in this first half, especially from the outside.
Barako doing such a great job dun sa kanilang 3-point shooting. They've been moving the ball well. Mick Pinisi has made 3-point shots. Mac Macapagal started it all para dito sa Barako Bull. Macapagal with 3 3-point shots in the first quarter, Pinisi with 2, and Urbistondo with 1. Dito sa second quarter, yung mga manlalaro din pa rin ang nakaka 3 points.
Donell Harvey bumubok din na naman. He goes into the lane, pass over to Harvey Carey. Ang ganda ng pasa ni Donell Harvey, drawing the defense. Tapos nagantay ng magkakat to the basket.
Well, that time, itong si Evan Brock helped a little bit too much ang naiwanan niya si Harvey Carey. Harvey Carey doing a great job of finding that open lane.
Wala kay Evan Brock ang bola. Ball will stay with them, sabi ng ating referee. Pero 8-0 run, partner, para sa tropang Texas. Cuts the lead down to just 7. It stood highest at 15, 56-41. Ito si Brock. They'd be wise to try to let him shoot from there. Rather than this guy, ito si Mick Pinisi, tumira na naman ang tres. He's got a bunch of points in this ballgame, 17 in fact.
If there's one guy that can energize the energy colas, ito rin yan. Ito si Mick Pinisi.
5 3-pointers pa lang naman ang naipapasok niya dito sa ating laro. But Fonasher also hitting well. He's got 14 of his own. The outside jumper cuts the lead down back to just 8.
Ang ganda dito sa Token Tex, hindi natitinag. Kahit na mamalaki ang lamang nitong Barako Bull, they're still being patient with their offense.
Good tap mula rito kay Donell Harvey. Ito ang tropang Texters. Sinubukan ni Bigay, si Jimmy Alapag into the cutting player, pero Evan Brock once again running interference. So Barako Bull nakakuha na ng possession once again. A minute remaining here in the first half. Urbistondo to the lane. Scoop shot, wala yan. Evan Brock, offensive rebound. Jumper from 10, wala yan. Donell Harvey finally gets it. Ito si Larry Monashev. Nagadalang bola across the timeline. Wants a drive all the way. The spin, the layup. Missing it. Sayang yun para kay Larry Monashev. Everything but the shot on that play.
And that's what we are talking about, the evolution ng laro nitong si Larry Fonasher. Before you wouldn't really see him do that, he would probably stop and pop a 10-footer. But he went to the lane of that spin move and almost got that layup.
Kasi Sean Anthony naman sa kabilang panig wanted to attack the defense bago ma-set up ng tropang Texters. He's called, well, tropang Texters called for a blocking foul. So nasa linya ngayon si Sean Anthony for 2 free throws. Sean Anthony coming over to this ball club sa off-season mula sa Powerade team na ngayon Global Port ng tawag sa kanila. And he was a big part of the bench para dun sa Powerade last season. And at the start of last conference yung ating Philippine Cup Doms, he was some sort of a point forward para rito kay Coach Bong Ramos for the Barako Bull. And he got injured, so medyo nag-derail yung kanyang pag-lead sa kanyang team. And still, well, now he's back and he's playing well para sa Barako.
Well, you like the energy of a Sean Anthony. Maybe a little bit too soon, too much too soon para kay Sean Anthony in terms of being a point forward. You know, he's got that talent, but maybe give him a little bit more time to be able to hone his skills more, to be able to mold himself into a real point forward.
Pero on that play, nakaagaw na naman siya. Yun sa the little things na nagagawa ni Sean Anthony. Yung suddenly, iikot sa player, tapos mag-aagaw from behind, tapping the ball away. These things that may not show up on the stat sheet. So ngayon, nasa linya na naman siya, shooting free throws. Once again, 8 points in the ball game na para kay Sean Anthony. Pwede pang dagdagan ng isa yan.
When you try to dissect the game of Sean Anthony, definitely he's got the defense. Andun yung kanyang energy, yung kanyang hustle. But when you're a point forward, you try to create already for your teammates. And that's one thing that Sean Anthony still has a little bit to work on.
16.5 seconds na titira dito sa ating first half. Pagtawid ng tropang Texters sa timeline, napatawag sila ng 30-second timeout to map up some sort of last shot bago matapos itong first half natin. Barako Bull Doms, very impressive, scoring 61 points against the vaunted Token Tex defense, at least by reputation. Pero sabi nga natin sa konferensyang ito, not quite the same.
Token Tex really has to work on their defense. They've given up so far 61 points to Barako Bull, and they've been successful the past few years. Bakit? Dahil sa kanilang depensa. Something that they need to work on. When they won that championship last conference, depensa din ang pinakita nila. Kaya nga nila na 4 straight itong rain or shine.
Well, di ba, sabi nga nila, last conference, Philippine Cup, they were the #1 defensive team. But not this conference. Giving up lots of points sa mga opponents nila. Their last game, terrible effort against Alaska Aces. At ngayon, as you see Ranidel from the outside, missing the three. On the rebound, he gets it back. Another chance from three. He misses once again. Rebound, Pinisi. They're trying to run up. Perhaps the last shot. They get it back. Tapos ang ating oras. And the Barako Bull Energy maintains a double-figure lead going into the dugout para sa half-court. Ito na, nag-uusap pa yung mga players natin. Mick Pinisi nandyan na naman sa gitna ng mga ganyang kwentuhan, Doms, as usual.
Well, mukhang kinakausap niya itong si Jason Castro. But he has a lot to brag about. Itong si Mick Pinisi and Barako Bull leading 61-51 at the end of 2 quarters. Masarap naman yan. Kasing init ng sili dyan sa Bicol Express. Yung laro, yung 3-point shooting nitong Barako Bull leading Talk and Text by 10 points, 61-51.
Yan ang ating halftime stats partner. Tino mo, how did they get this 10-point lead against Tropang Texters scoring 61 big points in the first half?
Even if they had more turnovers in the first half, look at the 3-point field goal shooting for Barako. 11 out of 20. So 33 points nang galing sa 3-point area. And you look at them, when you look at the free throws, they were also able to get to the line. So that means they were aggressive. Kahit na mas madaming free throws na shoot ang Talk and Text, mas agresibo itong Barako Bull. You were looking for their energy at the beginning of the ball game. They showed it in the first 2 quarters. Kung babalikan mo yung dalawang huling laro itong Barako Bull, nagkaproblema nga sila in one of the 2 quarters in the first half. So far, solid ang pinakita nitong Barako Bull. Yung first quarter natin ended 32-30 at itong second quarter ended 61-51.
Tama yun. So 32 and 29 points in the first 2 quarters itong Barako Bull Energy. Yan ang ating mga leading scorers. Larry Fonasher and Raba Al-Husseini. Ang ganda naman na pinakikita ni Raba with his new team. Sa kabilang side, tinan mo, who's in the lead? Mick Pinisi, 17 points, partner. 15 done from the 3-point land. 5 3-pointers para kay Mick.
Napaganda na pinapakita nitong si Mick Pinisi at may kulay kanina na lumalabas dito kay Pinisi at kay Jason Castro. So let's see, Talk and Text coming off 2 losses, itong Barako Bull coming off 2 losses also. Let's see kung anong sinabi itong si Coach Norman Black to be able to wake up itong Tropang Texters, or does Barako Bull have all of that shooting? Alam mo, maganda shooting nila no first half. Mahirap i-sustain yung ganyang shooting all throughout. So let's see kung kaya ba ng Barako Bull to pull this off by continuing hitting those 3-point shots, or does Talk and Text have the answer on defense?
Yun yung challenge para sa Barako Bull for the guys of Bong Ramos and Raiko Toraman. Kung kaya nilang ituloy ito, especially against a team like Talk and Text, nakakasiguro tayo na si Coach Norman Black sat his boys down at the half and reminded them who they are. They are the Tropang Texters, and they are supposed to be great on defense. Kung kaya naman they gotta step it up. I'm sure challenge niya yung kanyang mga veterano na ipakita yung kanilang vaunted defense dito sa second half.
And even their import, si Donald Harvey, nagbabalik sa unfinished business. It's not how you want to start out your first game.
At hindi nag-umpisa yung ating clock. 0-0-0. Hindi pa po tapos ang ating laro. Kakaumpisa lang ng second half. So there's a glitch on the time. Kung kaya naman may narinig kayong buzzer to stop the action habang ina-adjust yung ating clock.
Technical difficulties being experienced, but there should be a little bit of time. Coach Norman Black, a lot. Alam mo, itong Talk and Text, kahit na 10 ang lamang nitong Barako Bull, you know that they have the defense that can come back in the ball game, but also yung opensa. Nung kanina napagpasok ni Jason Castro at ni Randy Del Deo Campo, pumutok itong Talk and Text, pero may pansagot ang Barako Bull.
Jason Castro nasa loob ngayon starting the second half. The pass to Donell Harvey. Harvey's hook shot. Wala yan. Ang foul is in. So they're gonna credit it to Donell Harvey. He gets a basket inside. At yun, hindi na siya nagantay, partner. Kanina may tendency siya na Even pinabakan pa yung tao niya trying to get position on that play. Quick to the basket, gets the 2. Ito, on the other end, offensive foul ang tinawag against Mick Pinisi. Moving screen. Pangalawang personally mix, so balik ang bola sa Tropang Texters. The lead is down to 8. May chance ang palitin pa lalo yan ng Tropang Texters quickly dito sa ating third quarter. tinawagan agad ng foul si Mick Pinisi inside. Kalaban si Donnell Harvey. So that's back-to-back fouls against Mick. But he's got to realize, importante siya sa game. He's got 17 big points. He's shooting well from the outside. Kailangan tipid ng konti sa fouls.
And the one other thing na binibigay nito si Mick Pinisi, playing around now with Donnell Harvey, making sure na hindi niya matamaan. One thing about Mick Pinisi, he plays tough defense.
Talaga. And, well, alam niya yung mission niya is to shut down the big man on the other team. Castro pinasa rito. Ryan Reyes loses it. Evan Brock leading the break behind the back pass. Wala yan. Evan Brock wanted to slam it back pero he mishandled it. Ito si Reyes, strong to the basket. Foul na naman Mick Pinisi. 3 fouls in about a minute para rito kay Mick Pinisi. And he'll have to sit down probably. And he gives a 3-point opportunity para rito kay Ryan Reyes. Tingnan natin yung fearless drive ni Ryan Reyes. Alam ko ba si Dillinger yung daredevil? Sa play na yun, parang si Ryan Reyes.
For Mick Pinisi, he was not quick enough to be able to block that lane. At nandun yung kamay niya, kaya natawagan siya ng foul. 3 personal fouls in 1 minute, so a total of 4 para kay Pinisi.
Well, you said it, si Mick. His name is Mick, but he's not that quick. Sabi mo nga, and late reaction on that play, naunahan ni Ryan Reyes. May isang free throw. It's a 5-point lead. Nababa na sa 5 ang tropang Texters. So they're coming out strong here in the third quarter. May pito na naman tayo. Donnell Harvey called for his 3rd personal. Ito si Donnell Harvey. Ito si Donnell Harvey, nakikita natin last year pa ito, Doms. He's listed at 6'8", 6'9", dun sa mga NBA stats. Pero, if you nakita mo, katabi niya si Danny Siegel who's about 6'6", and they're about the same height. Mukhang mas malaki pa nga si Danny Siegel. So, malamang overstated yung height ni Donnell Harvey. And,
well, the difference dun sa NBA, kung paano nila sukatan yung mga players is with shoes. Dito sa PBA is always without.
Pass inside, Joshua Bistondo. Sinubukan niya puntahan dito si Evan Brock. Wala yan. The ball went out at the end line. So, 5 seconds to go. Tingnan natin kung may magagawa pa ang Barako ball dito. They haven't scored yet here in the second half. So, we saw Coach Bong Ramos signaling for a timeout. Try to get something sa play na ito. 30-second variety, Doms. Kita mo, iba yung, yung energy ng tropang Texans paglabas nila dito sa ating second half, which is what we were expecting.
Well, that's what you expect from Talking Texas team with a lot of pride. At andun yung materials eh. Iba yung may pride ka lang, iba yung may materials ka. You know how to win, you know how to come back from deficits. So, Coach Raiko Toroman doing the good thing also, calling that timeout, 30 seconds lang pero para makakuha naman sila ng magandang opportunity sa opensa.
Maganda sa inyong lugar ang mga makikibarangay na PBA Superstars. Malay nyo, barangay nyo na ang sunod na pupuntahan ng inyong idols dito sa Barangay Active. 5 seconds to do something about this. Makapagal. Getting the contact. Fading away. Muntik nang pumasok yun. Ganun kagaling na shooter. Walang pilo yung ating referee. Tumatakbo ang blue shirts. Ryan Reyes. Kinabas muna kay Danny Fonashare. He's open. Decides not to take it. Ranidel spins in the lane. Nowhere to go. Fades away. Pasok para kay Ranidel. What patience on the part of Ranidel. Didn't panic despite the double team.
Did not panic at hindi siya naagawan ng bola. He spun around. There were 2 people in front of him and was still able to get that fadeaway jumper and the 2 points.
Tatlo na lang ang lamang ng Barako. Pistondo hooks it over. 3-pointer from Danny Siegel, malakas. Rebound. Tropang Texters are running once again. Ito si Ryan. Ranidel sees the lane to the basket. Wala kanyang tira. Foul to Danny Siegel. A chance to go to the line. Cut this lead down to just 1. Kung may pasok niya yung dalawa.
Talking about aggressiveness, yung aggressiveness ibibigay natin sa Barako Bull in the first 2 quarters. Nakita din yun dun sa free throw attempts ng Barako Bull. But here at the start of the 3rd quarter, yung aggressiveness lumipat dito sa Talking Tex. Ilang beses na sila pumunta sa linya. Pang-4 o pang-5 foul na yan ng Barako Bull. 3 kasi unang-una kay Mick Pinisi pa lang.
Missing on the first free throw to si Ranidel de Ocampo. Si Ranidel, scoring-wise, he's had a 19-point game this conference so far. Pero overall, not as high as usual. He's had a couple of 4-point games so far. So, production na kailangan mula kay Ranidel de Ocampo. He's starting to heat up dito sa ating second half. Cross-court pass. Ito si Danny Seagal, top of the key, import na kabatay sa kanya. Urbistondo lumabas para kunin ang bola. They go to rather Sean Anthony. Passes it straight to Jason Castro. Ito na naman ang blue shirts. Ryan Reyes running, may contact. Supalpal mula kay Evan Brock. What a sequence, they keep it. Donnell Harvey goes all the way. They go inside to Bonachère. Turnaround jumper from 8 feet and he hits it. The game is tied.
And that's a 10-0 blast for Talk and Text in 3 minutes.
Hindi pa nakakascore ang Barako Bulls dito sa ating second half. 61-51 ang ating halftime score. And finally, on the board na, Josh Urbistondo. Paano ba niya ginawa yun? 3-pointer once again.
I was just about to say, Barako Bulls fell in love with the 3-point shot. Before that, buti na lang na-shoot nitong si Josh Urbistondo.
Partner ni Josh yan, dito sa ating laro. From Rainbow Country, Ranidel inside the lane. Spinning move, pero masyadong malalim ang tira. Hit the front rim. Ito si Sean Anthony. Pumunta kay Urbistondo once again. Back to back! 3-pointers para kay Josh.
And every time Talk and Text creeps up, nakatayo na nga sila kanina. Barako Bull has an answer, back-to-back trays for Urbistondo.
Biglang 6 na naman ang lamang ng Barako on 2 possessions. Jason Castro nakakuha ng contact mula kay Danny Seagal, obviously taking advantage of his speed. Sabagay, kahit sino naman nakabantay kay Jason Castro, kaya niya i-take advantage of speed niya dahil he's the quickest player in the league. But Josh Urbistondo on the other end, alam naman natin kung bakit ginawa ni Castro yun. Yung kanyang kalaban, yung nagbabantay sa kanya, nagbabantay silang dalawa, nakadalawang tres in a row. He wanted to get something back. On the other end, went straight to the basket, getting the contact mula rito kay Danny Seagal. Jason Castro, Finals MVP of our first conference championship series where yung Tropang Texters tinalo via sweep itong Rain or Shine na left to Painters. So this guy is really a star in this league already. Hindi na siya backup point guard lang ni Jimmy Alapag. You know, he's coming to his own. Ito si Danny Seagal, they go out. Urbistondo, talagang dikit-dikit ang bantay sa kanya. Into the lane, yung pasa diretso kay Castro. Bigay kay Bonachère, bukas mula sa tres. Siya naman, wala yan. Evan Brock shifting in the lane, goes up strong. Lefty shot, strong side there. Kaliwete yan si Evan Brock for the 2.
And Evan Brock really has that nice crossover move.
Castro, he's another guy that makes nice crossover move. Diretso sa basket. There was no line of defense. Si Brock nakabantay sa kanya. Basket, chance for a 3-point play.
It's one thing to be able to do a crossover move, and it's another thing para maiwanan mo yung mga dumidepensa sa'yo. And every time Jason Castro accelerates to the basket, naiiwanan niya yung depensa.
At ang ganda rin nung read niya, he misses the bonus free throw. Yung read niya na wala pang tao naka-establish dun sa shaded area. Kaya naman siyempre, turn on the boosters. Diretso sa basket. 4 ang lamang ng Barako. Urbistondo thought about the 3. Into the lane, the drop off dito kay Brock.
This time, Barako moving the ball a lot better, trying to get some points inside. Nakadalawang 3 points sila kay Urbistondo, kaya naman dalawang layup kay Evan Brock.
Si Evan Brock mas komportable rin sa open court type of basketball. Very similar sila offensively, tingin ko. With Donnell Harvey, they're both lefties. They're they're not too polished offensively. But Brock likes to run the floor a bit more, tries to get free, and that's why he's scoring more than Donnell Harvey. The 3 from Alapag, swung para kay Jimmy, and he still needed that. Hindi sila makabasket dito, and he finally makes one from Rainbow Country.
Well, very important, makabalik ka sa depensa. You miss a shot, get back on defense, or else merong malilibre. That time it was Jimmy Alapag open for the 3.
6 points para kay Jimmy Alapag. 3 hinahabol ng kanyang kapunan. Urbistondo gets it back from Seagal. Naubusan ng oras ang Barako Bull trying to get past that 3-point line, and wala, ang ganda ng depensa ng Tropang Texters. On certain plays in this ball game, Doms, ang ganda ng depensa ng Tropang Texters. They're just not doing it consistently.
Kung mapapansin mo dun sa pinibigay ng Talk and Text, they are really trying to clamp down on defense dun sa mga 3-point shooters. So far, Barako Bull really needs to find a way to get their shots inside and try to get back more or a better lead dito sa ating laro. Barako Bull still up
PBA sa
71.
pinakabagong channel sa Pay TV, ang Hyper. Please check with your local cable operators for availability. Just a 3-point lead para sa Barako Bull. Tropang Texters, Tres, Jimmy Alapag, Walayan could have tied up the ball game. Offensive rebound. Linabas muna for a reset of the offense. 5 minutes 44 remaining sa ating third quarter. Kelly Williams. The jumper from Raba. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang perfect shooting ni Raba Aluseni. That's 6 of 6 from the field.
The good thing again about Raba Aluseni, yung mga puntos niya, hindi siya nakaagaw, hindi nagsisimula sa kanya. He is just the byproduct of the good offense ng Talk and Text.
Buha ni Jonas Villanueva ang contact mula sa kanyang bantay. Throw it up, wanted a 3-point play but it trickled out. Nasa linya ngayon para sa dalawang free throws. Itong si Jonas Villanueva. Ito, mapapanood na rin natin ang PBA sa pinakabagong channel sa Pay TV, ang Hyper. Please check with your local cable operators for availability. Second free throw is in. 1 out of 2 para kay Jonas. Alapag. Maring makatabla na ang tropang Texters or lumamang kung pumasok at yun na nga, pumasok ang Tres. Talk and Text leads for the first time in this ball game, 73-72.
That's what we were talking about. Lumamig ng konti ang shooting ng Barako Bull. Now they have to start moving the basketball, trying to get inside. But let's see, Talk and Text has come out with good defense dito sa ating third quarter.
Open from 3, Danny Siegel. Tado malakas ang tira, offensive rebound ni Brock. Quick jumper, wala yan. Offensive putback and slam from Danny Siegel.
Danny Siegel never fails to impress me.
Wow. Ang ganda nung ginawa ni Danny nun. Making up for that miss from 3. He got a second chance. Nobody boxed him out. Ngayon, dire-direto. Slamming it in. When Williams, naagaw ni Joshua Pistondo. He's running. Hinawakan na lang. Ito si Jason Castro para mapigil yung fast break. And Talk and Text lumamang for about 30 seconds. Binawi agad ng Barako Bull. And let's look at that putback slam from Danny.
Danny Siegel making it look so easy. Perfect timing para kay Siegel. At ito talaga yung kagandahan dito kay Danny Siegel. Ever since he moved to Barako Bull, he's been more aggressive in terms of getting rebounds. May it be defensive or that time offensive rebound and the putback.
Someone's on the floor.
That looks like Kelly Williams.
Lagi tayong concerned pag nakikita natin because it's been happening a lot lately sa ating mga past couple of weeks. Players hitting the deck, may mga natatapilok, yung iba naman mas severe ang mga injuries.
Well, every time the player holds on to his knee, hindi mo gusto yung picture na yon. Kelly Williams, fighter.
Yun na nga, kaya kung si Kelly Williams hindi tumatayo, sinasabi niya may masakit, malamang masakit talaga yan. But he's a guy who fights through the injuries. He's come back from a lot. Mukhang magpapahinga muna ito si Kelly Williams. They'll let him rest and check what's going on doon sa kanyang, hindi ko alam, sana hindi tuhod yun. Inaantay ng Barako ang mga blue shirts na babalik on the floor and here they are coming in. Orbistondo mag-i-inbound para sa Barako Bull. Lamang na ng isa ulit. After momentarily losing the lead. Orbistondo driving to the basket. Good resistance mula rito sa tropang Texters. Ito si Jimmy Alapag. Hounded by Evan Brock. Let's see if this matchup works. Alapag. Kicks it over to the corner. They swing it back up. Outside jumper. Bitin. It's a rebound. Jimmy Alapag sumabit kay Evan Brock. It's a loose ball foul on Jimmy Alapag.
Well, Jimmy Alapag had the right idea of taking it to the basket pero napakabilis ng footwork itong si Evan Brock. Hindi na nalusutan. Not a clear lane to the basket.
Well, I can say, and I think I'm pretty sure, ito si Evan Brock among the imports must be the quickest of foot. Diba? Talagang very athletic. Maliksing-maliksi ito si Evan Brock among the huge imports that we have sa ating konferensya. 3 minutes 37 remaining. 7 seconds sa shot clock ng Barako. Villanueva, through the basket. Wala yan, masyadong malakas. Tapik, malabas ni Raba Luceni. Ball will stay. Fresh 24.
The majority of the third quarter, Charlie, nakaupo ang import ng Token Text. Dun sila nakabalik.
Bistondo. Tomboy trying to stick with him. They go over to Danny Siegel. Wants to make his move. Almost loses it. What's he gonna do? The reverse inside. Wala yun. Sayang para kay Danny Siegel.
Well, almost. Itong si Ronnie Del Campo making Danny Siegel, or giving him that shot. Siegel, a little bit of frustration there, trying to get that layup of Ronnie Del Campo.
Parang nagulat kasi. Si Danny Siegel hindi pumasok yung tira niya. He lagged behind on defense. Tumakbo na agad si Ranidel.
Tumama na ng board so hindi mo na pwedeng galawin yun.
Kung nagpa-bounce lang sa taas ng rim, pwede bang tanggalin yun? Di ba? Ala Rafi Ribes. Ito, binawi naman agad. Danny Siegel nagpapakita from all over the court. Another jumper para sa kanya.
10 puntos para kay Danny Siegel. They need the points from Danny Siegel because siya yung pumalit dito kay Mick Pinisi.
Seesaw ball game. This past couple of minutes. Alapat. Tomboy kicks it over to Raba. Wanted to pass it instead. He gets it right back. Tumira mula sa labas. Pasok pa rin!
Under duress, 7 out of 7.
Broken play na yun, partner.
Al-Husseini, 15 puntos.
That's 7 of 7 from the field. He missed the free throw earlier, 1 out of 2. So yun lang ang missed in this ball game. 1 free throw. So si Evan Brock makes his way from the outside into the lane. Nadulas, kicks it out. They gotta act quickly. Maliksi loses it. Tuloy-tuloy na nawala ang bola sa Barako Bulls sa Tropang Texas. Has a chance to get it to expand their lead. Just a 1-point lead. Mama na nung ganda na nilalaro sa game. At saka under control. So walang pinipilit talaga. Action. Tropang Texas have made a ball game of this after being down by 10 sa pag-umpisa ng ating third quarter. At yan ang ating mga ulala, mahal ng masa fans of the day, mula sa masarap, malaman, mura at convenient kasi easy to open ulalam. Ready to eat ulam para sa masa, mahal ng masa, ulalam. 15 pesos lang. And Kelly Williams a while ago, bumagsak, nakita natin. He was holding his knee, hindi pa sigurado kung makakabalik siya. But in the meantime, Raba Luceni trying to hold the fort against his former compatriot. Ito si Doug Kramer making mincemeat of Doug's defense. 8 of 8 from the field. Chance for an animal. Look at that face, partner.
Loving it, itong si Raba Al-Husseini. And that's the first time na yung opensa nitong si Raba Al-Husseini from the post at that time na siya talaga yung pinuntahan. Other than that, he was getting in the flow of things. That's why napakaganda talaga yung pag-fit in ni Raba Al-Husseini dito sa Token Text.
Only one problem. He's only made 1 out of 3 free throws so far dito sa ating laro. But hey, is your coach Norman Black happy ka? 3-point lead na yung team after being down by 10 sa pag-umpisa ng quarter na to. Maliksi. JC Intal in the lane. Bitin ang kanyang tira. Rebound, Harvey carry. And itong Barako naman seems to be rushing their shots, forcing some shots dito sa ating third quarter. That's why Tropang Texas are in command right now.
Well, you gotta credit the defense also of Token Text. It has tightened up.
Harvey carry open just inside the 3-point line. It was short. Rebound taken by Jonas. Nasa lane, dire-diretso sa basket, almost over the back ditong tira niya, pero may foul.
Smart move that time by Jonas Villanueva. Hindi pa nakaset yung depensa nitong Token Text. He right away attacked the basket, will get the 2 points, will try to get the 2 points from the line. Paalala natin sa mga manonood natin, itong Token Text, they were down by 10 at the beginning of the third quarter, but have turned things around dito sa ating third quarter, doing it without, or majority of the time, without their import, Donnell Harvey.
Tama yun, and well, they only had 51 points when they started this second half. They already have 79 rather, itong Tropang Texters. Pero itong Barako Ball on those free throws, got the rebound, just one. Jumper, pasok na naman! Ano ba, nakain niya, Raba Luceni. sa Legazpi because he's hitting everything from everywhere.
9 out of 9 for Raba Al-Husseini.
Wow.
Free throw lang ang nagiging problema so far for Al-Husseini. 1 out of 3, but that's the jump shot by Al-Husseini.
And he hits the deck. When he gets right up immediately, applauding himself, partner. Kailangan kasi, wow, pumapasok na tira ko. And Raba get a bonus. 79-78 ang nakatala, but with that basket, as they talk it over, Coach Norman Black, perhaps telling them, just keep going to Raba Al-Husseini kasi he's got the hot hand. You gotta ride the hot hand hanggat kaya. Dahil imagine, down sila by as much as 15 dogs earlier in the first half, 56-41. Now they're leading.
They're leading by 1 point now. So what a big turnaround dito sa ating third quarter. 28 points so far in the third quarter for Talk and Text. And only 17 for Barako.
Barako Toraman, hindi natin alam kung sino tinititigan niya. Susundan niya ng tingin. But, he must be quite frustrated about what's happening dito sa ating third quarter. 61 points in the first half, only 17 so far in this quarter, and letting the Tropang Texters call a score almost at will. At ito, bumagsak kasi si Al-Husseini. They called yung sa landing spot yata ang tinawag against Doug Kramer.
Well, hindi niya natamaan yung kamay o anything else nitong si Raba Al-Husseini, but napunta siya dun sa landing spot ni Raba Al-Husseini. So that's a flagrant foul penalty, 1 for Doug Kramer.
So Raba Al-Husseini will get a free throw dahil dun sa pagtira niya, tapos may foul. The possession is retained.
So 1 out of 4 yung free throw shooting ni Raba Al-Husseini.
Sayang. Pero sa field, wala pang mintis. 9 out of 9 para kay Raba Al-Husseini.
Gusto niya yung may bantay.
Oo nga, tama talaga.
Gusto niya yung may bantay pag free throw, di ba? Mag-isa ka lang doon.
Tsaka on the move yung gusto niya. Ayun yung nakatayo ka lang sa 4.5 meter line. Ito si Harvey Carey. 3-point lead, Tropang Texters. Only 30 seconds to go. Jumper ni Raba, he finally misses dito sa ating laro. Evan Brock, dadala ng bola. Jonas comes out again. 2-second differential game clock saka shot clock. So halos last second shot time na rin ito para sa Barako. Dinala sa may kanan, Jonas. Kicks it over, JC. Nowhere to go, a second left. Nag-hesitate pa. So naubusan na naman ng oras. 2 seconds to go. May oras pa ang Tropang Texters to come up with something before this quarter ends.
Well, this quarter, the defense of Talk and Text has really improved. Dalawang beses na nagkakaroon ng 24-second violation itong Barako Bull. Talk and Text turning things around here in the third quarter with their defense and without their import, Donnell Harvey.
They lead 81-78 sa pagtapos ng 3 quarters. Raba Al-Husseini ang nangunguna dyan. 9 out of 10 field goals. In fact, it was 9 out of 9 till he just missed one a while ago. Hitting it from everywhere. It's a 30-17 quarter para sa Tropang Texters. Down by 10 at the start of the third. Natapos ang third. Lamang na sila ng 3. At sa Guam, via MCV Broadband. Sabihan nyo inyong mga kamag-anak na abangan ang mga aksyon na labanan ng PBA at ng UFL sa Aksyon TV International. And what a turnaround sa ating third quarter, partner. Itong Tropang Texters were trailing by 10 sa pag-umpisa ng third quarter, pero in just 12 minutes of action, they turned it around. Binuro nila ng 10. Ngayon, lamang na sila ng 3.
30-17 yung score natin ng third quarter. But the defense of Talk and Text really leading them into this lead. 6 ang turnovers that they forced Barako Bull into at sila dalawa lang.
Danny Seager wala ang kanyang unang attempt dito sa fourth and final quarter. They stop the action once again. Then may inadvertent horn na naman tayo. And you see the frustration on the face of Coach Raiko Toroman.
One guy that really wasn't able to play much dun sa ating third quarter. Yung nagpalamang sa Barako Bull, itong si Mick Pinisi. He had 17 points at the end of the first half. Pero nagkaroon siya ng 3 dikit-dikit na foul. All in about a minute of play. in the third quarter kaya hindi siya nakalaro ng matagal doon. Pero mukhang babalik na itong si Mick Pinisi, who
Hindi
now
pa.
has
Hindi
4
pa.
fouls.
Hindi pa, dahil hindi pinayagan. Late na raw siya, umabot sa official's table. So you'll have to wait till the next dead ball para palitan to si Andy, rather Danny Siegel. Wala na pala si Andy, ano? Ito si Jimmy Alapan. Big part of that comeback. Raba missing. That's 2 misses in a row for Raba Al-Husseini. Ito Barako, sila naman ang nag-aabol ngayon. They go to Danny. Before he goes out of the game, he wants to try to do something. Goes baseline. Foul is called on the baseline. Raba Al-Husseini.
Good decision by Danny Siegel, trying to use his quickness. Raba Al-Husseini has been shooting well, 9 out of 11, playing well para sa Talk and Text. Make him work on defense.
Ranidel comes back to the ball game to match up with Mick Pinisi. Jonas tumira mula sa labas. Wala yan. Rebound. JC Intal. They get a second chance. Itong Barako. That's been rare dito sa ating second half. Pinisi inside to Brock. Wala namang command. Miscue on the part of Mick Pinisi, and the ball goes the other way.
Not a good sign for Mick Pinisi. Kakapasok lang niya and he turns the ball over. Let's see if he's able to shake off those 3 fouls. Psychological ang tama nun eh.
Ito, isa pang mama na matagal na upo. Nung third quarter, Donnell Harvey, napuna mo nga na yung comeback ng tropang Texters hanggang sa nakuha nila yung lamang. Si Donnell Harvey was sitting on the bench. He comes in now here in the fourth quarter. Quick basket para sa kanya. And called for that foul or the spin move. Pang-apat na ni Donnell Harvey yan.
Well, let's go back to that play, yung offensive play ng Talk and Text. Good recognition. Nakita nila si Mick Pinisi one-on-one against Donnell Harvey. They knew he had 4 fouls. Pinuntahan nila kagad ng import nila. They needed the score from him and they got it.
Lead is 5. This is the biggest lead ng tropang Texters. If you're Barako, ayaw mong palayuin. Press mo lang kay Mick. Wala, offline. Offensive rebound and putback. Wala kay JC Intal. What an effort.
JC Intel getting 2 offensive rebounds in this quarter. Hey, up!
Ito sila pa. They bounce it over. Ranidel's jumper. Wala yan sa rebound. Tapigan ng bola. Joshua Biscondo na kumuha. Up ahead to the running Evan Brock. Almost loses it. Tries to keep the dribble going. Goes to Intal. Intal spins. Goes up nothing. He's on alone underneath. Puro blue shirt ang kasama niya ron. The lead pass. Stop and pop from 3. Too strong. But the ball stays dito sa panig ng Talk and Text.
At yun yung mga hindi mo nakikita sa stat line. Yung pinakitang yun ni Ryan Reyes. This is a good sign for Talk and Text. Kelly Williams back in the ball game. You're worried baka merong nangyari dun sa tuhod nitong si Kelly Williams.
At ito, dun sa tira ni Larry Ponasier, JC Intal, klarong-klaro yun, nabangga niya yung shooter. So Larry Ponasier babalik sa linya. Ponasier has been aggressive. Basta nasa loob siya, agresibo siya sa opensa, and it's paying dividends for him. He's in double figures, nasa linya na naman siya.
Been very consistent for Talk and Text ever since he transferred. Always a major role in the offense, but pati na rin sa depensa. You know, when you look at a Larry Ponasier, opensa kaagad ang ibibigay mo sa kanya, but he's really worked on his defensive game and it's been one of the better defenders for Talk and Text.
Mick Pinisi taking their time setting up their offense. There's a foul away from the ball. Tawag na ating referee. Kelly Williams. Ang unang foul lang ni Kelly Williams yan. Handoff. Goes to Orbistondo. Balik kay Pinisi. Bukas mula sa 3 on top. Pero bitin yun. He gets the offensive rebound. Into the basket. Passes it over to Intal. Pero may foul. Intal pushed off at the baseline. So that's an offensive foul. Akala ko tatawagan ng charging si Mick Pinisi dun sa drive na yun. It wasn't him. It happened behind. Dito sa play na yun. Ay hindi, yun nga yung tawag. Was it the call? Yung si Mick Pinisi ang charge. Mick Pinisi called on that charge. And itong tropang Texas taking their time. Sila naman kayo ng medyo kalmado dahil lamang na sila ng 5. Inside to Kelly, the alley-oop from Ranidel.
Moving well without the basketball itong Talk and Text. You know, that's why they're a champion team. They know how to get back from deficits and then they know yung demeanor nila, yung kumpiyansa nila hindi nawawala. Talk about the composure. Ranidel finding Kelly Williams wide open for that alley-oop. 2 points na naman para sa Talk and Text.
PBA on tour. That's Ricky Vargas on your screens. Pato Gregorio, the fellows backing up the Tropang Texters, watching their team na nangkuha ng lamang dito sa second half. They never led in the first half. Pero ngayon, lamang sila here in the fourth quarter. Natapyas lang yung 7-point lead nila down to 5 on the Mick Pinisi incursion. So, first basket ni Pinisi in the second half. He's got 19, but his team is still trailing by 5.
Ang kagandahan doon nanggaling sa loob, yung putos ng Barako Bull, not relying on their 3-point shooting.
Monashev makes his move. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line. Wala yan. Rebound. Pinisi. Muntik na mawala. Gets it over to Josh Orbistondo. Lots of time sa ating laro. 8 minutes, 15 seconds mula sa Legazpi. Albay. This is the PBA on tour. Orbistondo's free. Masyadong malakas.
Kung mapapansin mo, Charlie, itong import ng Barako Bull na si Evan Brock nakaupo. Kanina parang napansin natin na nasaktan itong si Evan Brock.
Tignan natin kung anong report dyan. Kung makabalik si Evan Brock. Maybe he's just resting for the final kick.
Mick
6
Pinisi.
fouls.
Oh, 6 fouls.
Better watch it dahil naka-foul na nga siya. Baka tawagan pa siya ng T.
Well, that's it for Mick Pinisi. Pinisi ending the game with 19 points.
Tumama rito sa may siko ni Ryan Reyes, Mick Pinisi.
At alam mo yung mga foul ni Mick Pinisi, yung huling 3 o 4. Napakanipis ng mga foul nitong si Mick Pinisi. Usually, pagka si Mick Pinisi ang nag-foul, mararamdaman mo.
Tama. Kaya
Naapektuhan, mukhang naapektuhan talaga siya dun sa 3 tikit na foul simula ng third quarter.
That's a big loss, literally and figuratively, para rito sa Barako Bull because he was playing well sa laro kahit pa paano, providing good defense in the interior and hitting from the outside. So he goes to the bench. He'll be out for the rest of this ball game, si Mick Pinisi. So somebody's got to step up in his place sa mga frontliners ng Barako. Mintis ang dalawang free throw rather. Si Ryan Reyes, scored remains the same, 87-82 under 8 minutes at titira sa ating fourth and final quarter. Bagsak ng isang player. That's Danny Siegel holding his midsection. Mukhang nasikmurahan ito si Danny Siegel.
Well, looks like Danny Siegel's okay.
We heard Jason Kapser is coming back into the ball game. Ryan Reyes magpapahinga muna. He did his share. Usual hustle dito si Ryan Reyes. Danny Siegel is up and about. Looks alright. And they mop up the floor kung saan siya nahulog dahil delikado yan. Kung madulas yung mga players, all sorts of injuries can result. So 14-second shot clock para rito sa white shirts ng Barako Bull. Orbistondo to the basket. Ow! Sorry, miss para kay Orbistondo. Got all the way in. Ball stays with them.
Still haven't seen the import of Barako Bull.
Makapaga, naghahanap ng papasahan. Top out from Kelly Williams. Hirap na hirap makalibre yung mga players ng Barako Bull sa sticky defense ng Tropang Texters. They kick it out to Siegel. He fakes. Jumps closer. Foul is called on the defender. That's Kelly Williams.
Now that Danny Siegel, you can feel that he is trying to take over dito sa second half. Hindi pa natin nakikita sa larong ito. Itong si Don Aliado, ha?
They have big guys dyan sa bench na yan. Pwera pa kay Don Aliado. Meron silang Jason Ballesteros. You have Dave Marcelo. Yung mga frontliners ng Barako Bull. Pero itong si Coach Raikos decided na hindi muna gamitin yung mga yan. Stick to the older guys, the more veteran players. Mick Pinisi nga. Kahit gusto pa niya sana ipasok, hindi na pwede. 6 fouls na si Mick Pinisi. Graduating from this ball game, RB almost lost it. That Kramer nakabantay sa kanya. They go to Jimmy. Quickly takes the three. Pasok para kay Jimmy Alapag. Quietly, grabe yung contribution ni Jimmy Alapag. Siya rin nagpahabol dun sa run na yun sa third quarter. Now he extends the lead to 6.
No, sila ang utos, ito si Jimmy Alapag. But you also have to credit yung spacing sa offense ng talk and text.
Sinta. Walang mapuntahan. 6 seconds to go. Bistondo, napakalayong press. Wala yan. Rebound, Donnell Harvey. Ito sila pa. Bounce pass kay Harvey. Harvey nag-hesitate. Magkakit, wala ng bola kasama. Ito na, pagkakataon na Barako makalapit. Turnover ang resulta ng talk and text. Buntik na makuha ni Castro sa passing lanes. Pero manatili yung bola dito sa Barako Bull. 19 seconds sa kanilang shot clock. May palitan tayo ng tao. As we see Sean Anthony trying to direct the offense. Evan Brock mukhang okay na okay part. Papasok na sa laro.
Talk and text now bringing in Jason Castro for more firepower, trying to make their move to extend this lead.
Ito si Orbistondo. Nakapagal. Ang layo rin ng kanyang attempt. And it's short. Offensive rebound. Sean Anthony. Sino pa yung mga ganyang klaseng play? Sneaking in between yung mga naka-blue.
10 puntos ngayon para kay Sean Anthony. They're gonna need those types of points para kay Anthony para makabalik because the shots so far of Barako Bull have been coming from the outside. Magandang depensa ng Toketex forcing them into long shots. At yung percentage ng Barako Bull in the first half hindi nakapareho dito sa third and the fourth quarter.
Sigil sa larong ito, ang veteranong forward ng Barako Bull. Energy scoring already in double figures. And kanina, following up the miss on a slam, Prefton Cool under pressure play brought to you by Prefton Cool and prevents overheating, works better than water alone. Now, in a cool new packaging, that's Danny Siegel on the putback jam. Mas nice natin batiin ang buong barangay sa Igang, Bakakay, Albay. Lalo na kina Barangay Captain Oscar Villar at sa kanyang nanay na si Aido Villar. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagpanood sa PBA at sa inyong mainit na pagtanggap sa buong crew ng PBA on tour dito sa Legazpi, Albay. 30-second timeout called. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 6:11 remaining. Apat na ang lamang partner ng tropang Texters. Barako Bull still very much in this ball game. Good basketball being played. Pero bagong football action na naman sa La Liga. Maghaharap ang mga koponan ng Barcelona versus Rayo Vallecano sa March 18, 8 p.m. Tutok lang dito sa active. And you know, Barako Bull can easily come back, especially if their shooting comes back kahit pa paano.
Well, one thing they need to be able to do is start playing defense, being able to rotate dahil maganda ang ikot at spacing ng talk and text. You know, they're really milking that dribble drive offense.
Kenny tumira mula sa labas, hindi pumasok. Rebound Sean Anthony. We're expecting to si Sean Anthony magiging kasama yan sa halos lahat ng mga rebound play from here on unless ilabas siya ni Coach Raiko. Siegel, Urbistondo. Anthony lumabas para tanggapin ang bola. Baseline drive, butik na mawala sa kanya. Masikip. The pass to Danny Siegel. Wala yan, put back. Persistence mula kay Siegel and a good play from Anthony and Danny Siegel.
Slowly but surely, Danny Siegel now with 14 points. Ang kagandahan dito kay Siegel nung nawala yung shooting nitong si Pinisi, siya naman ang nagpapakita para sa Barako.
Dalawa na lang ang lamang ng tropang Texter. Donnell Harvey nakapa-off screen. The quick move, papuntang baseline. Bumalik naman sa lane. Hindi pumasok ang tira. Ngunit pupunta sa linya si Donnell Harvey. Tingnan natin. Naaalala naman natin ang free throw shooting ni Donnell Harvey sa unang stint niya sa PBA. Hindi ganun mataas ang percentage. Hindi ganun komportable on that stripe. So tingnan natin kung kaya niya ipasok itong dalawang free throws with 5:13 remaining sa ating laro. It's the first. Deo Campos in the ball game once again, as well as Ryan Reyes. Pasok, dalawa para kay Donnell Harvey. Stretches the lead to 4, 92-88.
Only 6 points para kay Donnell Harvey.
Minsan lang yan na dinodominate ni Evan Brock yung counterpart niya sa scoring. Di ba normally, lamang yung kalaban niya na import as far as scoring is concerned. Pero Harvey nga, not known as a scorer. But in this game, not too many opportunities para nga makabasket. Buong third quarter, nakaupo halos. Pero pang 5 foul na niya yon. Brock is at the line. Siya naman ang susubukin mula sa linya. Another guy, hindi masyadong komportable dyan mula sa stripe. hits it and they're showing up dito sa ating fourth quarter. Pinapasok nila yung mga free throws nila.
Well, this is winning time. When the game is close, you need to be able to make your free throws.
Bricks the second, rebound Donnell Harvey. Tatlo lamang ng tropang Texters. Under 5 minutes na titira dito sa ating laro. Sean Anthony, kinukulit si Jimmy Alapag. Alapag kicks it to the corner. 6 seconds sa shot clock ng TNT. Castro. Andun si Harvey para sa bot bracket. Kaya confident itong si Jason Castro through my part. Alam niya nandun si Donnell Harvey.
4 na tao yung kumuha dito kay Jason Castro, leaving Donnell Harvey for that offensive rebound and the 2 points.
Balik sa 5. Gusto sanang gawin 2 na lang ni Josh Urbistondo pero nag-maintain sa kanyang 3-point attempt. So ito si Jimmy Alapag. Nag-iisip talaga itong point guard dito. Binabagalan niya ang laro. Alam niya kasi yung oras kampi na sa kanila. Napatawag ng 30-second timeout ang tropang Texters. Kita natin ang coaching staff ng tropang Texters. Ito si Coach Norman Black. Happy to be ahead, no? Happy to be
Pero
ahead.
mukhang nasaktan itong si Donnell Harvey in that last play.
Games tomorrow sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. 4 p.m. ang umpisa sa Active Center. Tapos Air 21 kontra Global Port. Pagkatapos niyan, nako, Barangay Ginebra kontra San Mig Coffee Mixers. Maraming pupunta dyan sigurado para panoorin itong 4 na team na magbakbakan bukas.
Gonna be an interesting Sunday. Barangay Ginebra with their new import. Kailangan ng makausad sa ating team standings. A lot riding on that team. San Mig Coffee, ever since bumalik itong si Denzel Bowles, maganda na ang pinapakita.
Nakakasiguro ka, Dom, na kahit 1 win pa lang itong Barangay Ginebra, andun pa rin lahat ng mga fans nila para panoorin, para makita kung kaya na lang makakuha ng pangalawa. Ito si Sean Anthony, nakaagaw, passing over to the side. They go back to Anthony. They slow it down, dinabas muna. Wala bang 4 na minuto na titira dito sa ating laro. 5 seconds na lang sa shot ng Barako. Brock to the basket, gets it.
And that's when he's most effective. Off the dribble, pagdating sa mga 15 feet, kaya niyang unahan yung dumidepensa sa kanya because he's quick.
Ito si Alapag once again, hooks it over. Randy Del Dio Campo makes his move to the basket. Supalpal mula kay Evan Brock. Natamaan sa mukha si Evan Brock. Matatawagan ng foul si Raba Alusaini. And yung mga display na ganyan, siguro kailangan i-tone down ng konti. Baka maka-technical foul pa.
That's the 4th personal foul of Raba Al-Husseini. What a great block by Evan Brock again, getting it off Ronnie Del Campo. At tatamaan sa bibig itong si Evan Brock.
So 5th foul for Raba. Nasa linya ngayon si Evan Brock. Made only 1 out of 2 last time out, Doms. At yun, law-law. Yung tira niya, yung unang tira niya. And you saw yung release, alam na niya eh. Gusto niya habulin yung bola.
Gusto niya ng i-rebound. Ang problema, first free throw pa lang yun eh.
He was wishing na tether ball yun. Sana bumalik sana, pero nothing on that. And a good recovery. Napasok niya yung pangalawa. After usually you have a short free throw at the start. You missed your second one, but he makes the second. Cuts the lead down to just 2. And a foul in the backcourt. Mula kay Josh Urbistondo.
Urbistondo has been quiet here in the 4th quarter.
So wala pa sa penalty ang Barako Bulls. 4th team foul pa lang nila yon. Here's Jimmy. Using the pick. Driving the lane. Umangat kalaban ng import. Wala yan. Sino makaka-rebound? Urbistondo nakakuha. Eto Barako may chance na makatabla. Baka makalamang. Alam mo naman, nag-uulan nga ng dress kanina pa para dito sa Barako Bull. They go to Siegel. Starts his dribble. 14-footer. Swak yan. Tabla na ating laro once again. This is the second deadlock of the ballgame. 94 apiece with only 2:40 remaining in the game.
Solid performance for Danny Siegel, taking up the scoring controls for Barako Bull dito sa second half.
Castro, gusto labanan ng depensa ni Brock at yun na nga nangyari doon. He got Brock off balance, partner. He was able to make that layup. The smallest guy, challenge sa teamboard.
Ganong kalakas yung katawan nitong si Jason Castro na itabi niya si Evan Brock.
Aside from that, ganun kalakas ang loob niya para kakalabanin si Evan Brock na grabe sumupalpal. Brock naman gustong bawingin, wala yan. Reset ang offense, approaching the last 2 minutes of our ball game. Just a 2-point lead and the pass. Para kay Brock yun, hinawakan ni Rani Del Ocampo. Ito si Evan Brock.
Looks like a case of cramps para kay Evan Brock.
But I won't be surprised. He's been jumping around and running all over the court para sa Barako Bulls, showing a lot of energy and stepping up to the plate. Sabi nga natin, they were asking for even more from Evan Brock despite his 19 point, 15 rebound average. Sabi nila kulang pa yun. At you know, he's really giving it his all dito sa laro, pero 4 of 9 lang from the line. So ngayon, he's gotta step up. Last time out, may lawlaw siya na isa.
3 blocks for Evan Brock. Yun, alam mo pag napapagod ka, usually yung free throws mo are short. And the past few times he's been to the line, kapos nga yung mga tira ni Evan Brock.
Only 40% mula sa linya ito si Evan Brock. 4 out of 10. A minute and 59 na lang natitira mga kaibigan dito sa ating PBA Sabado Nights on Tour. Mintis din ang pangalawa, so lamang pa rin ng dalawa ang tropang texters ng Talk and Text. A minute and 54 natitira. Jason Castro. And Sean Anthony steals it. Takes it in. Foul. Jason Castro. So pupunta sa linya. Ito si Sean Anthony para sa dalawang free throw. Jason Castro natulas pa in the shaded area. You know, that map guy has been busy today, Dom. Sa dami ng mga nagbabagsakan na players.
Well, good anticipation this time by Sean Anthony. Active left hand. Nakuha niya yung steal na yon. Going towards the basket. Castro fouling him. Making sure that he doesn't get the 2 points. At ito, after complaining, itong si Jason Castro, madudulas pa yan.
So parang double block ay nangyari kay Jason Castro doon on that play. But he gets up without injury. At sinecheck ng ating referee nga. Ano ba talaga? Diba? Okay na ba yung pagpunas ng shaded area to avoid any injuries? If Sean Anthony makes this, and he does, tabla na naman tayo. 96 apiece. A minute and 42 na lang natitira sa ating laro. Ito si Castro. Linabas. Back to Castro. Tres ang tinira. Fading away. Pasok!
And usually you see Jason Castro kicking it out kay Rani Del Ocampo, but that time, role reversal. Rani Del driving to the basket, finding Castro for the open 3.
So napatawag ng timeout ang Barako sa pagtawid at the half-court line. They're down by 3 with a minute and 21 remaining. Alam mo, Doms, grabe talaga to si Jason Castro. Just when you need him most, he delivers from the outside to give his team a 3-point lead. Talk and Text up by 3 on the Jason Castro 3-pointer. Minute and 21 remaining. A foul to give for Barako, and they've got timeouts both teams. So tingnan natin kung ano gagawin ng Barako.
Those timeouts are going to play a major role dito sa ating last 1 minute and 21 seconds because that will give you opportunities to be able to talk it over.
The lob to Brock. Hinawakan na naman. And that's been the case several times. Pero kung ikaw ang tropang texters, you don't feel too bad putting Brock at the line. He's been missing 1 out of 2 past couple of times down on that free throw stripe. At iisip na siya talaga.
Just tough defense for Ryan Reyes. Alam mo, hindi ka magtataka. Every time may katabi ito si Ryan Reyes, hindi masyado makagalaw eh. That's a good foul by Ryan Reyes.
33% shooting from the line. 4 out of 12 partner para kay Evan Brock. That's a number that he needs to bring up if he wants to be here longer.
And all of his free throws have been short.
And sa trip na yan, walang naipasok si Evan Brock. So, tatlo pa rin ang lamang ng tropang Texters. Good defense ang gufto ng Barako sa play na ito. 1:08 remaining. Too many weapons para sa tropang Texters. Jason Castro, the main weapon. Straight to the basket. 5-point lead. All 5 mula rito kay Castro.
Well, the difference for Talking Tex is their bench has come alive in the third and the fourth quarter para sa Talking Tex, or rather, para sa Barako Bull naman. Itong si Danny Siegel lang ang nakakapagpakita para sa kanila from the bench.
Pero sa tira na yon, nagmintis ang 3-point attempt ni Danny. Nagmamadali ang tropang Texas. Ranidel inside, spins around, loses it. Turnover, ball goes back to Barako. So opportunities are given to Barako. Only 42.3 remaining dito sa ating laro. And Barako has been finding it hard to make baskets dito sa ating second half.
Well, the defense of Talking Tex has definitely picked up in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. In third quarter is when they turn things around. Their defense has really pulled them through. At mapapakita yon dun sa last play. Talking Tex playing good defense again against Barako Bull.
Let's listen to what Coach Raiko has to say.
Same, Josh on. Jonas inbound. Yeah, I'm wide open. They're helping on. They're helping on everything. Same thing. Come on. Whatever. If he's open, pass him. Get done. Pass it down.
Siguro kailangan maka-score dito ang Barako Bull Energy sa play na ito kasi naging 5 na. 2-possession ball game ang lamang ng tropang Texters. So this is basically a must-score situation.
Looks like Barako Bull will go to the same play that they had early on.
Pinapapunasan na naman yung sahig dito sa sideline right in front of the Barako Bull Energy bench.
Very important for Barako. They have to give themselves an opportunity to score. Maganda dapat ang kanilang ikot ng bola mahanap either a Siegel or an Evan Brock down low or Josh Urbistondo open for a 3-point shot. Kapag tumira naman yung mga yon, itong si Sean Anthony needs to be able to crash the boards.
Villanueva. Josh gets it, takes it from 3. The quick release. In and out. So he missed. Pero Sean Anthony gets it back. Supalpal patas. Siegel, the third attempt, gets it. Cuts it to 3.
Well, keeping them alive. Danny Siegel with that offensive rebound.
The player slipping all over the floor. Mukhang magulak talaga ating sahig. There's a foul given up kontra kay Jason Castro and he's gonna go to the line para sa dalawang free throw. Danny Siegel giving that up. 23.5 na lang natitira dito sa ating laro.
Keeping it interesting itong si Danny Siegel, but again, itong si Sean Anthony, siya ang unang nakakuha ng offensive rebound na yun, keeping it alive, then leaving it for Danny Siegel. Just a 3-point lead para sa Talking Tex. 23.5 seconds dito sa ating laro and 16 seconds on the shot clock for Talking Tex.
Inbound ito. Both teams are now in penalty. Ito si Jimmy Alapat. He's gonna waste as much time as he can. Bago tumiskat, 8 seconds to go sa kanilang shot clock. Going right. Almost losing it. He passes it off. A second to go. Naubusan ang oras ng tropang Texters. 6.9 dogs ang natitira dito sa ating game clock. If you're Coach Raiko, you're gonna set up some sort of play to try to tie this up perhaps.
Barako Bull doing a good job on defense. Ito ang unang pagkakataon that Barako has forced Talking Tex into a 24-second violation.
Could become a better time para sa kanila. Ito si Coach Raiko, pakinggan natin.
Substitution mark on the run for Sean Anthony.
You said the screen. Yeah. You said the screen. You said okay. If Mark is not open, he's asking for it. Okay, let's go. Come on.
partner, and they put in Mark Makapagal para kay Sean Anthony. So alam mo na kung ano strategy nila.
Well, you gotta get a 3-point shot with 6.9 seconds left. You have to be able to set up your 3-point shooter.
But sana kung si Kobe Bryant nandyan, no? Parang kanina umaga tatlong sunod-sunod na tres para mag-overtime yung game nila against the Raptors. Pero wala sa dyan. So tingnan natin sino makakagawa para sa Barako. The handoff to Jonas, taking his time. He's gotta move quickly. They took too much time.
Too much time for Barako. At ang nangyari doon, wala man lang attack to the basket ng Barako. So they will review that and see kanino ba ang last touch.
Well, isa yun. Tsaka pangalawa, kung talagang 0.4 na lang natitira dun sa clock. So they'll try to see how much time really there was nung lumabas yung bola. So baka madagdagan pa ng konti at mabigyan ng chance ang Barako Bull. Kasi kung 0.4 lang yan, partner, quick catch and shoot lang ang pwede dyan. Medyo natagalan, no? Nakaikot dun sa mga pick si Mark Makapagal trying to get to the other side of the court and that cost them. Only 0.4 remaining. Of course, we know this can happen.
And important for Talk and Text, they have to remember na wala na silang delay of game. So they'll have to play this out. Usually kasi, kapag ini-inbound, pumapasok ka sa loob para makita mo kung sino yung lalabas sa screens, who the play will be set up for. Barako taking too long dun sa kanilang ofensiba. So nadagdagan ng 0.6. So 1 second for Barako to try to get a pass in and a shot up.
Pero kung sino tumanggap, kailangan na tumira. Wala na iba magagawa. Kung sino tumanggap, it's gotta hoist it up. And you know it has to be a 3 if they want to stay alive dito sa ating laro. Any basket in the 2-point area, if you're talking text, you just leave the guy to take it. Dahil hindi naman
Maswerte dito ang Barako Bull, hindi para silang nabibigyan ng timeout without even calling for a timeout, so they can actually set up a play without being anything charged to them.
kailangan nila ayusin yung time clock dahil 0. Ngayon, 10 minutes na ulit. Okay sa Barako Bull kung 10 minutes ay ibibigay sa kanila para makabalik sila sa larong ito. But there it is. Just one solitary second left, Doms, and they got to come up with a miracle shot to try to extend this to an overtime period.
Julian Urbistondo, Siegel, and Makapagal who can make 3-point shots.
Bukas, tuloy-tuloy ang ating laro sa Commissioner's Cup Air 21 kontra Global Port. Tapos Barangay Ginebra against the San Mig Coffee Mixers. Two great matchups on a Sunday afternoon. Pero ngayon, Sabado nights tayo. 1 second to go sa ating PBA on-tour game. At nag-uusap pa rin ang Barako Bull. Nag-huddle pa rin hanggang ngayon para sila nabigyan ng 3-minute timeout para makagawa ng strategy.
Well, if you're talking text, any screen, you will try to switch. Because anybody makakuha ng bola more than 100%, they will turn around and shoot.
No choice na yan. Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari.
Going up!
Well, let's see. Ano bang magagawa nitong Barako Bull? Down by 3 points, 1 second to go.
Jonas ang mag-i-inbound, Doms. And the defender will be Jason Castro. There it is, the fake. So wala na yun. Pumasok pa naman yung tira. Ngunit there wasn't enough time.
They're gonna review that. One shot fake by Makapagal.
It's an amazing shot para kay Makapagal. Alam naman natin, kaya niya gawin yun. He has forced an overtime with a 3-pointer earlier in this Commissioner's Cup. Titingnan nila yan, but I think the fake may have done him in, Doms.
Well, let's wait for the official word. Well-run play. Makapagal wide open after that fake, but the question is, was he able to get that shot up?
Official na yung declaration ng ating mga referees.
This is going to be a clearer view, Charlie. So maganda yung screen na yun ni Urbistondo. One shot fake. Makapagal, oh, he still had it. So no count.
So natapos ang ating laro. Final score na po yan. Hindi counted ang 3-point shot ni Makapagal which came after the buzzer. 101-98. Anong klaseng comeback ang ginawa ng tropang Texters dito sa second half? Trailing by 10. They score 50 points in the second half in order to get this victory against the Barako Bulls. Sorry, loss naman para sa Barako Bulldogs.
Well, they played solid all throughout this ball game itong Barako Bull, but Talk and Text doing it without their import in the third quarter. They turned things around at the end of the third. Lumamang na sila 81-78. At maganda ang kombinasyon nitong Talk and Text, yung kanilang import, bagong import, balik import na si Donnell Harvey. Didn't really score much, but the guy who really played well para sa Talk and Text, itong si Raba Al-Husseini, 19 points, 9 out of 11 from the field. At walang pilit na tira. Itong si Raba Al-Husseini, great game for Talk and Text.
Feeding off the great passes ng kanyang mga teammates. Great performance para kay Raba Al-Husseini. Great second half performance para sa tropang Texters. Huwag natin kalilimutan, bukas meron tayong Sunday games at the Big Dome. Air 21 against Global Fort. Barangay Ginebra naman kontra San Mig Coffee Mixers. Diyan nagtatapos ang ating coverage ng ating PBA Sabado Nights on Tour. Talk and Text pulling out the victory against Barako Bull by 3, 101-98. On behalf of my partner, El Dominador Conquistador, Dominic Uy, ako po si Charlie Cuna. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagnood ng PBA dito lang sa Active.